Red Devil football is live for the 2018 season on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Catch every regular season and postseason contest right here at your home for Red Devil sports. With the opening kickoff quickly approaching, let's head to the booth for pregame coverage. Welcome here, pregame at William T. McIntosh Stadium in Jackson, Wyoming, where tonight the Evanston Red Devils will take on the Jackson Bronx in a game that has a lot of playoff implications involved. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 p.m. tonight, and we'll lead you up to that with some great pregame coverage on KNYN 99.1 FM with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
As we look ahead to tonight's matchup, we will come back and set the scene when we return on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football, live on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Jake Hibbert joining you here live in Jackson, Wyoming, where we have one of what is actually a few very interesting matchups tonight here in 3A. Playoffs-wise, nobody except Rollins has been eliminated, but some are already in and some are on their last legs. Evanston is a team already guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, but is fighting for seeding and trying to avoid a quarterfinal matchup, as is everyone else, with number 1 Torrington on the east side of the state. Jackson is one win or one Powell loss away from officially clinching. I think we all expect the Bronx to be there come playoff time, but, you know, crazy things do happen sometimes. The winner of tonight's game could well be whoever's back has the most and whoever just goes off the most. And we've got a pair of great ones tonight. Jaden Cox of Jackson and Tyus Corney of Evanston have combined for more than 2,300 yards and 28 touchdowns on the season and will again be at the center of their offenses tonight. Both of tonight's teams are 5-1 with a conference loss each. Evanston lost to Cody, a team that Jackson bested 26-6, or 27-7 actually. Jackson, they got their first loss last week to rival Star Valley, 32-14. Star Valley and Cody playing each other right now and currently tied up at 7 apiece early on in that game. But without a win here tonight, as Evanston would like a little help from that game, it won't matter much. They need to get beyond Jackson tonight. Let's take a look around at some of the other games going on in the state in 3A. We mentioned the Cody and Star Valley versus number 2 versus number 3, number 4 versus number 5 here tonight. Number 1, Torrington, they are playing at Worland at 7 o'clock, and they can secure the number 1 East seed with a win, and I think we expect them to do that. Star Valley, they're assured no worse than the number 2 seed with a win. If they get the win and if Jackson beats Evanston here tonight, then Star Valley is the number 1 seed. Evanston versus Jackson, like I said, Jackson gets a win here tonight. They're in the playoffs, or Powell loses, they're in, and Powell's playing Green River at 6 o'clock. The loser misses the playoffs, and the winner still has a chance, but they need some help, and probably pretty unlikely for either one to get in, but like I said, crazier things have happened. Riverton's at Rollins at 7 p.m., and Lander is at Douglas. That game also scheduled for 7 o'clock. We are getting closer for tonight's kickoff, and it is going to be a little bit longer than normal. Right now the clock says 5:38, and if you look at the countdown to kickoff, it says about 36 minutes, and we had a pretty significant injury in the freshman game. No updates on that, so I won't give anything out, but an Evanston player delaying the start of this game, and we hope the best for him, and hope all the best as they get that figured out. So we expect a 6:15 kickoff here at William T. McIntosh Stadium. Until then, we'll send it back to some pregame interviews. We got Tara Lawler, we got coaches of both games tonight, and we'll come back with kickoff in about 30 minutes from now. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. All right, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent from Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
We're here to help strengthen our community. Yes, that's right. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we take pride in belonging to our community. We encourage people of every race, gender, and belief to come together and give their all towards the betterment of our community. It's about people helping people. When you join our credit union, you also join a movement. At Trona Valley, we are thankful for our members, member NCUA, trust NCUA, a credit union system that is safe, sound, and secure.
When you hear Lazy Boy, Serta, and Ashley, what do you think of? Probably recliners, counting sheep, and furniture. Well, now you need to add Kazine's Furniture to that thought. What about GE and Simmons Beauty Rest? Don't forget to add Kazine's Furniture to that thought. Whenever you think of top-of-the-line brand-name furniture, think Kazine's Furniture. From the front room to the bedroom, the kitchen to the office, Kazine's has the furniture you're looking for. Kazine's Furniture on Front Street in Evanston. Ask about 6 months, no interest OAC. New owners, new inventory, Kazine's Furniture.
1 in 5 Americans suffer from allergies found in indoor air, which can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. 307 service experts can clean the ductwork in your home and improve your indoor air quality. On average, over 15,000 house fires annually cause 300 injuries and 30 deaths, started because of clogged dryer vents. 307 service experts can clean your ductwork, making it safer. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. 307 service experts, just one call to fix it all. 307-789-6716.
Welcome back to Red Devil pregame coverage here at Spike Van Noy Stadium. We're getting closer to tonight's kickoff, and when we come back, we will hear from Tara Lawler.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
I'm back with Tara Lawler. We had a game against Star Valley most recently that went 5 sets as opposed to the last time it was a 3-setter. It was a very up-in-the-air game. The 5th set ran away. But the 3rd and 4th sets, you came back from 2-0 to 2-2. Did you see flickers of what you wanted to click with this team all year long in that game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the 3rd and 4th sets, we saw our best volleyball. We were getting great touches at the net. We were getting some great defensive plays, and we were moving together as a team. We were very in sync. And sometimes in practice, we see that for runs or streaks of maybe 5, 10, 11, 12 points against the JV. But we actually were able to see that we kept that momentum for 2 full sets. And in volleyball, which is obviously a game of momentum, that was really great to see. So we were really excited about what we saw in 3 and 4.
That's been the gold standard in the Southwest Conference. It's probably not the best team in the state as of right now, but they're up there. And so to compete with them, did that give your team a confidence boost, even though that 5th set didn't go its way?
Yeah, I think so. I think that I don't know if I really thought that they've questioned what they can do. Because like I said, in practice, we see glimmers and glimpses of what we can do, and we're excited about it. It's when it comes to game time, it seems like we always spot our opponent a few points or a few sets before we get started. And so I definitely think that they were pleased with how they played, but it's a heartbreaker to lose the Cody game the week ago in 5, having the lead, and then to lose this Star Valley set in the 5th set. That's hard. And, after they put in so much into it and the comeback, it's still trying to get them to understand we got to finish it out. We can't just tie it up at 2-2 and then quit. We've got to make sure we finish it out. But it was a great battle, and I was pleased to see what our girls were able to accomplish in those 2 sets to tie it up.
Does a game like that give you as a coach anything to say, okay, we got that a little bit better, we can move on to something else now? Or do you still see a lot of need for improvement in any of the areas that you have already been working on?
Well, I think it's fair to say the first 2 times we played Star Valley, it's always nice when you play a team for a second, or in this case a third time, because you can kind of track your progress. The first 2 times we played Star Valley, we lost in 3. The second match, our third set was 27-25, and that was the closest of all the sets. This time, being able to take it to 5, I can see things that we're starting to do that we weren't doing obviously before, and it definitely puts more of a strain and a pressure on the opponent. And so to now see that it's working, we'll work on enhancing what we're doing. But I do think we can jump to the next level of working on maybe being a little more specific with our serving. I think that was huge in our 5th set. Unfortunately, we missed way too many. But earlier on, and this past weekend against Cody and Riverton, we started calling serves and being more specific and purposeful with what we were doing when we were serving the ball. We also, where we were attacking, we had certain players we wanted to focus on. And we definitely weren't doing that earlier on in the season.
Sometimes early on in the season, I don't know how else to put it other than some games you get to kind of go on easy mode because the teams are such a disparaging in height, in talent, in whatever. So we've certainly seen games where your team had a higher attacking percentage, had a higher blocking percentage, serving, all of that. But against a quality of opponent in these last few games, some of them have come in losses. But have you seen a better plan of attack when the court actually out on the court by your team?
Yeah, I think we're raising our game all across the board. So maybe our serving percentage was a little bit better back at the Cokeville tournament when we were focusing on over and in and becoming consistent. Now we know that won't get it done. We've got to serve aggressively, so we try to get our opponent out of system. Our passing more 2s and 3s as opposed to 0s and 1s. They're serving tough at us too. So I think it's just across the board with all of the skills. Pushing ourselves to do more than what we were doing early on and being more competitive when we have the ball, being more purposeful, and when we send the ball over, having an idea of what we want to do with the ball as opposed to just getting it over and in across the net. We want to have a purpose of what we're doing with the ball.
Was it weird for you to have your team being the one sticking another team in a rotation that they didn't like yesterday, or in that game against Star Valley where they couldn't get out, and you guys, when Olivia Muir was moving to the front, it was 3, 4, maybe 6 points at the most, and she was into the back row. For you, that had to be a comforting spot, but probably a sign of progress as well by your team?
Absolutely. We always kind of keep track of the score of where we are when the opponent's big gun or big guns are moving back row. Oftentimes those girls are also very effective servers, so just because they move to the back row doesn't mean we don't have to keep worrying about them. But it is nice, and we definitely, our girls knew, we had 2 more rotations until she moved front row. 1 more rotation, let's try to get as many points as we could until she came back to the front row. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game, just making sure that I actually told one of our servers while Olivia was back row, let's get these balls over and in to try to make our run. Let's let our defense win it rather than the serve, because I couldn't afford a high-risk, high-reward serve and having a serve go in the net just to let her progress through that back row faster.
Outside of, I'm thinking of one ball where we did not return. I know Olivia had 0 aces, 4 errors. Otessa did not have any aces. I don't think there was more than maybe 2 aces that entire game. Am I off base on that one for you?
I think we had a team of 4-0, so I think as a total they had 4 aces. So I'm not sure. I think they served well. I thought we did a good job of making maybe previous matches, some of those 1 passes that we had a couple nights ago would have been 0s, and now we were able to make them 1s or even 2s. And so that's obviously progressing in the right direction.
And then finally, this is a weird situation anytime. Well, it's just how it works in a 6-2. If your block's not there, a lot of times your setter's going to be taken out of the offense. But I think a lot more last night again and against harder hits. We saw our setters in Sydney and Kaylee actually get a ball up and track the ball off the hitting arm a little bit better. Like I said, you never want to have your setter taken out of the offense, but if the block's not there, It's kind of what they have to do. Did you see a little bit more deliberate action there?
Yeah, absolutely. We always tell setters defense first. So their first priority is to take that hard-driven spike down the line. And hopefully our right sides are ready to pivot and take that second ball and set a nice high hut. But definitely both Sydney and Kaylee made some great plays that kept us obviously still in system. And it is obviously unfortunate that our setter's taking the first contact, but we practice that way. And ideally in good volleyball and collegiate volleyball, those setters do oftentimes take that first ball, and either the libero comes from the back row or the right side takes the second ball. And so we practice that, and they've done a great job in practice. So it was nice to have a nice hitter, like both of Star Valley's outside hitters, to be able to give our girls that practice and experience during the game, because we've seen it, and they did a nice job. It makes a huge difference when we start playing defense and giving ourselves a chance.
Just a couple weeks out from the regional tournament. Coach Lawler, I think your Devils are heading in the right direction. Good luck.
Thank you, Jake.
Welcome back to Red Devil pregame coverage here at Spike Van Noy Stadium. We're getting closer to tonight. Thank you to Tara Lawler, and we will continue to follow the Red Devils as they have senior night next Friday at Red Devil Gymnasium, and then Saturday they will be in Jackson to close out the regular season. When we come back, we'll switch back over to football and start hearing from the coaches of tonight's team on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Seavers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Seavers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Seavers. Seavers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
You can always trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. We can repair all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation systems with ease. Sewer cleaning and septic tanks installation and servicing. We do it. Call Landmark Plumbing and Heating and ask about the on-demand water heater. You can always trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. 307-789-8793. Find us in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
No one sees the game quite the same way the coaches do, so when we come back, we will visit with an opposing coach for the Jackson Bronx, David Joyce, and then we'll talk to Red Devil head coach Pat Fackrell to get his thoughts on tonight's game. You're listening to Red Devil pregame coverage on KNY at 99.1 FM with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PepMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PepMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PepMinerals.com.
Joined by David Joyce, head coach of the Jackson Bronx, and after a year last season where you couldn't get anything going, it's been just the opposite this time around. Of course, the loss last week, but a 5-0 start, being one of the last undefeated teams in the state of Wyoming. What has been at the core of this turnaround?
Well, this is my fourth program to take over and rebuild, and you use the same formula. You try to everywhere you go, and year one, you've got to lay a foundation in a standard, which is usually a little bit tougher than things have been, obviously, or I probably wouldn't be at the new school. And so usually your numbers are really low because not every kid wants to live up to the work ethic, the physicality in practice, the weight room sessions, the film, all that stuff. And so generally speaking, your numbers are extremely low your first year, and you're usually extremely young, which we were. And so I believe last year when we played Evanston, we started 8 sophomores and a freshman. So you're not going to win a lot of football games with 8 sophomores and a freshman out there. And then so a year goes by in the weight room, and you mature, you get stronger, and you get older as well. And so really it's just the process of maturing and getting older from that initial standard that was set out last year.
If I remember right from last year, you had an injury at quarterback leading into the final couple weeks of the season, so you ended up just switching the offense around and putting Jaden at quarterback technically, but really he was more of a direct snap runner. It must be nice having your true offensive set back in place.
Yeah, the last year, it was pretty rough the last couple games. We lost our quarterback we found out we weren't going to have our quarterback on a Wednesday about 10 minutes before practice of the Star Valley week. And so, we really had to scramble just be able to get an offense out there. And so this year, obviously with, an off season under our belt, we've created a little bit more depth and more of a traditional style offense, so to speak.
Where's been the development in your offensive line? I see Jaden Cox at the top of 3A in rushing stats, and that means your offensive line must have come a long way.
Yeah, they put in a lot of work. They're not real big. We're not real big. It was almost laughable last week, the size disparity with Star Valley up front. It was like 50 pounds a man at least. And so, but they, where they lack size, they make up for it with a little quickness and a lot of effort. They take a lot of pride in Jaden's yards, and we give them a lot of credit for the amount of yards that Jaden gets. And so they really, embrace that role of, Jaden may be leading the state in rushing, but it's because of them that he's there.
Where are your numbers at in players for coming out for football this year compared to last year?
Well, last year we started with 13. So, we're playing you guys with, all these other teams. And my first 3 days we had 13, and then we bumped up to 19, and then we stabilized for a couple weeks at 21. And so it was pretty low last year. Right now we're right under 50. So we've over doubled from last year. And so hopefully we can add some more for next year too and just keep growing the program. But we are right under 50 this year.
With numbers that low, now more than doubling, is it a lot of younger guys, or have you piqued the interest of some guys who are already in high school to come back out and play football?
Well, a little of both. Jackson doesn't do itself any favors. We have 2 games before school even starts each year. So, like last year we played Teton, and school was an afterthought. I hadn't even, we had 2 full games, and I hadn't even got to get in the hallways and recruit anybody. And so last year, the numbers, we picked up a few kids here or there. Some of the kids that had heard, kind of how practice was and how hard it was, were kind of shied away. But over the course of the year, we got some of those kids back out, like number 6, Peter Gettler, 22, AJ McCool. We got those kids to come back out to football, this offseason. So it's a little bit of both. We did get a good freshman class come up with about 11 kids in it, and then we also got some kids out of the hallways.
Now down to the last couple of weeks of the season, it's a real logjam all the way around with one team at 3-0 and 3 at 2-1. You're probably in the playoffs, but you have no idea whether you'll be home or away. And what have you stressed to your guys in these final 2 very important conference weeks?
Well, we're super young, so we, our goal all year has not been the playoffs. If we make it, great. We just want to have a shot in every football game in the fourth quarter. That's it. And that's been our goal all year. It will continue to be our goal, and it's not a cliche. I mean, we have one kid at skill position that's a senior. Everybody else is just juniors at all our skill spots. And so when you have a young team like that, we'll play 2 quarters of spectacular football, but we'll have a quarter where it's just not good. It's young. You can just tell we're still pretty young. And so, against Star Valley, we had the game at 21-14 in the fourth, and we couldn't close it, or we couldn't close the gap. And so, it was a loss last week, but it was on pace where we're trying to be with the program right now. And so all we're looking for against Evanston is to have a shot in the fourth quarter and then let the chips fall where they may.
Coach David Joyce of the Jackson Broncs, thanks for taking the time to join us.
All right, thanks.
That was head coach David Joyce of the Jackson Broncs as we get closer to tonight's kickoff. You're listening to the Coaches Show here pregame, and stay tuned. We'll visit with head coach Pat Fackrell for the Red Devils in a moment. This is Red Devil Football on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Some Butterfinger didn't bother to look, and your car goes crunch. Now it looks like the outside of a salted nut roll. People snicker as you drive down the road. Stop the laughter. Let the 3 Musketeers at T-Bar S Body Shop come to your rescue and fix your car. When you drive off, you'll feel like you're skipping across the Milky Way again. You'll think of Matt Rex as the big hunk who came to your rescue. Dents removed, glass chips repaired, and windshields replaced. T-Bar S Body Shop and Glass Repair on County Road, across from the cemetery in Evanston. Sweet.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll hear from Red Devil head coach Pat Fackrell on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 and online at mylocalradio.com.
The Steel Fabrication Shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Welcome back to William T. McIntosh Stadium. No time for Coach Fackrell today, unfortunately, as we are getting set for kickoff about 10 minutes ahead of the initial schedule. Well, 5 minutes after the first schedule, and then push back to about 15 after. Jackson lining up for the kickoff, going from right to left in their silver jerseys, black numerals, orange trim, Evanston white jerseys, red numerals, red jerseys, white jerseys, red numerals, red helmets is what I'm trying to say, and red pants. Evanston receiving first. 12 minutes put on the clock. Latest score of Jackson versus Cody versus Star Valley. Cody 16 after an apparent safety. Star Valley 14. Kickoff for Jackson. Smith and Rodriguez back to retrieve. Rodriguez takes it at the 20-yard line, near sideline. Hit hard at the 30, spins around and tries to get out of it. Pushed out of bounds. In on the tackle there, number 41 for Jackson. Not on the roster. Might have been maybe 51. May have been Berazé. Going to be tough to see numbers for a little bit with the sun setting in the west, reminiscent of Lander. A few weeks back at the beginning of the season, I formation. David Baxter under center. We'll give you starters here in just a bit. I formation. Tyus Cornea, the deep back, loaded box for Jackson. Ball starts at the 30-yard line. Fullback handoff. Up the middle, just a couple of yards, maybe 3 for Pablo Escalante on the first play from scrimmage. From the 30-yard line, see where they mark it at, to the 33. Gain of 3 yards for Escalante. 2nd down and 7. 5-1, Evanston versus 5-1 Jackson. 2-1 both in the conference. Star Valley, the only undefeated Western Conference team in conference play at 3-0. They're currently losing to Cody. Quick huddle for the Devils. Back to the I formation. Baxter pitches left side. Cornea takes it at the 33-yard line. Tries to cut back in. Gets to about the 35-yard line. Maybe stopped just a little bit short. Give him 2 on the gain, and it's 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5. Ball marked at the 35-yard line, and a run-heavy offense once again for the Devils in store, you would have to imagine. They only passed it, I believe, 7 times last week. Coming into the day, David Baxter's 3 for 13, so maybe 9 times they would have passed it. Went 3 for 9 completions last week. Shotgun form. Baxter rolls out to his far side, steps back, gets a heave-ho, and picked off at the 45-yard line. Cut back in and stealing it down. Kirby Castino returns it down to the 30-yard line, and an interception and a field flip immediately on the first play from scrimmage for David Baxter, throwing the ball on 3rd down. INT is the result. Jackson had an early INT last week against Star Valley in their 32-14 win. They had an early turnover in their win over Cody, so early turnovers have played big in the outcome of Jackson's game so far, whether good or bad for them. Low snap, Pearson Evans keeps it himself at the 30-yard line, down to the 20. Big space, 10, 5, running to pay dirt, and that was Jaden Cox with that direct snap, and it's a touchdown. 30 yards score for Jaden Cox on the first play. Looked like a direct snap there, and so that's why I thought it was Pearson Evans. Also with this sun, you can't see the numbers, but it was Cox running away and stealing the hearts of the Red Devils early. 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 30-yard touchdown run for Cox. 6-0, and the extra point setting up is hold and blocked. It may still go through, stopped just short. On the kick, it was Trevor Watson. Time of the clock, 10:33 left. Following the interception, Evanston will get the ball right back. We'll keep it right here as we're trying to catch up after that wild start to the game. So Jaden Cox goes 30 yards for the score. That's touchdown number 14 of the season for him. Came on a 3rd and 5 play for Baxter. Couldn't quite see who the intended receiver was. I think it was Chris Perriman on a comeback route, and Perriman may probably had 3 yards between him and Castino. It was either underthrown or a misread route on the wide receiver's part. One way or another, the ball did not go where it needed to for the hookup. And Watson setting up to kick again. Taking a look down at the return men, it's Cody Smith and Angel Rodriguez. Heard something different, so just confirming on that. Again, fielded by Rodriguez at the 19-yard line, goes from near sideline to far with some space at the 30-yard line, tries to break through a tackle, still on his feet. Ball may have come out for a second, but fallen back down at the 33-yard line. 14-yard return for Angel Rodriguez. And that's about where the Evanston Devils took over last time out, a couple yards ahead. Ball marked at the 33-yard line. Set up about in between the two hash marks, shading towards that far hash mark. Evanston going from left to right as David Baxter leads the huddle out for a second drive with 10:25 left in the first quarter. Already drive number 2 for the Devils after a 3 and pick, and then taken to the house by Jaden Cox, his 14th touchdown of the year. Loaded up to the right side on 3 receiver set. Pablo Escalante, the deep back, takes the pitch right side, breaks through a tackle in the backfield, gets to the 30, gang tackled for a loss of 2 yards. 2nd down and 12 coming up. Maybe 2nd down and 11. Put the ball at the 32-yard line, so a loss of 1 yard on the play. Negative gain for Escalante of 1 yard, and he was the tailback in a lone back setup. And he is again. Now I got to start looking to the sideline, see where Tyus is at. Shotgun formation for Baxter. He goes to throw. Outside, completed to Wagstaff at the 35-yard line. Takes it to the 40. Pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Enough for a 1st down for the Red Devils. Gain of about 13 on the play. 2nd down and 11. Move the chains. Ball marked at the 44-yard line. So Rigdon Wagstaff pulls in another catch for the year on the season. That's number 7. First down and 10. Stuffed up box, and I think that's Corney in the 2-point stance. Takes the handoff up the middle. Going through to the 50, down to the 45. He shot out like a cannon through that line of scrimmage and got just about enough, may have gotten enough for the 1st down right at that marker. I think they're going to move the chains again on a gain of 10 yards. Umpire signals the gain of 10. And Cornea with the 2nd carry of the day for him. He is back into the backfield, so good news for the Devils. 2 plays with Pablo Escalante as the tailback. Always gets you scared. He's a fine runner himself, but you wonder where's Cornea. 2-back set this time, and fullback set a little bit back, looking for the screen pass, completed to Perriman behind the line of scrimmage. At the 42-yard line, he's stuffed up and brought down for a loss. Ball was marked at the 44-yard line. I think they're going to put it at the 43, so a loss of 1 on the completion to Perriman.
Lost about 2 yards. 2nd 12.
First catch for Chris Perriman in quite a few weeks. Ball set up about 1.5 yards back from the initial line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11, we'll call it. 3-back set for Evanston. Handoff to Riley Griggs. Space at the 40-yard line. Breaks through another tackle, bullies his way forward to the 35. A first down on a 12-yard gain by Griggs. Down to the 35-yard line. Riley Griggs, a tight end, getting his first ball touch on the offensive side of the ball all year long. I got to add him into the stats. I'll put him in as a running back. 12-yard pickup for Griggs, and Evanston getting creative, taking a little bit off the double wing set that they played a few times. Four receiver set, 2 either side, 2 men in the slot. Lone back is Cornea. Handoff to Cornea up the middle to the 30-yard line, maybe just a little bit shy. Brought down at the 31. Gain of about 3 on that play. One, 2, 3, 4. Yep, second down and 6. Gain of 4 yards for Cornea. 16 yards on 3 carries. 2-back set for the Devils. 7:52 left. Halfback handoff. Trying to bully his way through the line of scrimmage, and no luck that time. Stuffed up almost immediately. See if I get this on their roster, perhaps. Maybe they've got a 44. My roster doesn't have a 44, and he's the guy making the tackle. Nope, they don't have one either. Do we know who 44 is for Jackson? No one listed on the roster. Okay. Screen pass to Cody Smith at the 25, 20, 10. Breaks another tackle to the 5. Gets through another and falls backwards into the end zone. Touchdown Evanston on a 30-yard screen pass completion from David Baxter. So he throws an interception and then tosses his first touchdown of the year. An excellent run and an early candidate for your Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game to Cody Smith with the touchdown to knot it back up at 6 apiece on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 30-yard completion to Cody Smith. And the Red Devils right back in this one. Cody has been on the negative side of that injury to Seth Lloyd. He's really been thrown to that much in the last couple of weeks. He gets one there and takes it all the way. 7-6 on the made extra point, and Evanston leads it by 1 on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston's Pablo Escalante set to boot this one deep. Got a few touchbacks on the year, probably upwards of 7. And Evanston leads it 7-6, scoring with 7:09 on the 30-yard reception to Cody Smith. First career varsity touchdown for David Baxter. For Smith, that's touchdown number 4 of the year. One hopper and caught at the 7-yard line. Setting up a wedge, trying to get through to the 25 and break beyond there. Not much luck, as the wedge was pretty much where the play was stopped. Not sure if that was either Gettler or Cox. Again, the sun's still beating down on my eyes, so I can't quite tell who's catching what. Jackson comes back out for their second offensive drive. The last one only took, it was Gettler on that return. Only took one play and a 30-yard touchdown by Jaden Cox. Handoff to Cox, fakes, screen pass completed out at the line of scrimmage to the 35-yard line, close to a first down, and probably got it there. Peter Gettler, after the return, gets the return reception. Ball marked at the 36-yard line, gain of 11. First completion for Pearson Evans on his first play. Quick no-huddle offense. Jaden Cox takes it at the 40. Squirts around outside, busts through one tackle, gets out close to the 45, 48-yard line, brought down for another first down yardage and a gain of 12. expect more no huddle, and it's going to get real frantic in a hurry here as they're set up at the line of scrimmage again. It's going to be tough for me to keep up, and just as importantly, tough for the Red Devils to keep up. Pearson Evans takes a handoff, takes a snap, gives it out to Jaden Cox. Stopped in the backfield. In on that tackle, looks like that's 58. It is number 58 for the Red Devils. Jesus Quintero, the defensive end. Loss of 3 yards on the play. Jaden Cox hasn't been brought down for a whole lot of losses this year. You can't with how many yards he's put up. Leading the state ahead, the only man ahead of Tyus Cornea. Cornea with one more touchdown as of current. Shotgun set for Evans. One back set, handoff, sweep right side to Cox. At the 45-yard line, gets almost back to the initial line of scrimmage, down to the 47, still a yard shy. 3rd down and 11, gain of 2 for Cox. Third down and 11, ball at the 47. They need to get it across the 40 and down to the 42-yard line. Across the 50, rather, and down to the 42-yard line for a first down. Gettler, the receiver, to the near side. Hart over on the right side. Shotgun form, Cox the lone back. Man in motion, Castino. Protection as Evans is looking to throw. Jukes his way out of a Jagger Mitchell sack, but can't get away from Riley Griggs. He celebrates after getting the takedown. Riley Griggs, sack number 3 of the season. He got a sack fumble last week, and that was a big play and turning point early on in the Green River win, and he gets a sack here to set up 4th down and 15. Force a punt for Jackson. They had the offense going early on with a gain of 11 on a pass from Pearson Evans to Peter Gettler, and then a run of 12 yards by Jaden Cox, but then -3, 2, and then a sack by Riley Griggs stops that drive. Near close to a block punt. Punt gets away down at the 31-yard line. And that was down by Ted McDaniel. Sun just about to go down the far mountains beyond us. Not a moment too soon. How much time's left in the first quarter? 4:50 left in the opening quarter. 4:50 left and a 7-6 score. Starters for Evanston, as we've mentioned a little bit, David Baxter at quarterback, Cornea and Escalante, the halfback fullback. Riley Griggs, the tight end, playing some running back too. Chris Perriman, Rigdon Wagstaff, Cody Smith, your receivers. Snap goes to Escalante. He gets stuffed up at the line. No gain for Pablo there. 2nd down and 10. Looked like Ben Brown in on that tackle. Senior defensive lineman, be tackle number 40 for him on the season if it was. Angel Rodriguez, the running back, in to play perhaps tight end or maybe as a slot man. He replaces Riley Griggs. That probably signals a slot, maybe a shotgun set for Evanston, and they come out in I formation. 3-back set, though. Pitch left side. Goes to Cornea, gets a good block from Angel Rodriguez, but 2 Jackson defenders stuff him up, stay at home, and play good sound angle football and stop him for a loss on the play, I believe, of about a half a yard. 3rd down and 9. At the 33-yard line. Third down and 9. 2 receiver set, Smith in motion. 2 fakes, roll out to the right side. Baxter looking to throw. Pressure comes in, avoids one man. Throws up high. Cody Smith trying to catch it as he goes down to the ground. The ball popped it loose from him, so 4th down for the Devils. And they will punt after the 3 and out. Tyus Cornea should be the man going back to punt, but Escalante did punt once for him last week. It was blocked. Escalante's out of the huddle, so probably tie us back to punt, and yes, it is. Punt gets away high, skying down the far sideline at the 30-yard line. Fair catch made by Jaden Cox at the 31, about the 30-yard line. 3:21 left in the quarter. Never got the offensive line out for Evanston. This game moving too fast. Center, Brendan Thompson. Left guard, Sean Knighton. Left tackle, Bridger Barker. On the right side, the guard is Jesus Quintero, and the right tackle is Ethan Moyer. Give you Jackson starters if we ever get a moment to breathe on their offensive side as well. Pearson Evans in the shotgun. And set for the snap. Gives it to Cox, and he's brought down by Bridger Barker. Behind the line, should be a loss of 1 there. Barker stuffing him up. Jaden Cox, probably not over 145 pounds. Bridger Barker weighing in at 6'3", 210. They give him a no gain officially. Didn't move it at all, so 41 yards on 5 carries. Bridger Barker in at defensive line along with Brendan Thompson, Jesus Quintero, and Bryson Davis. Pitch left side, and at the 35-yard line, it's out to Gettler. May have been a screen pass out there. Was looking down when it happened. Gain of about 7. 3rd down and 3 to go. Sun goes down as the snap comes in. Pitch left side. Jaden Cox spins out of a tackle at midfield. Wrapped up finally by Chris Perriman at the 50-yard line. Gain of 12 for Jaden Cox. And a 1st down for Jackson. Set up in the no huddle. Third 10-plus yard gain of the quarter for Cox. Already over the 50-yard mark. Here's the snap to Evans and the handoff to Cox. Cuts through a big gaping hole in the middle of the field for a 5-yard gain. Bridger Barker in on the tackle, as well as Riley Griggs. Riley Griggs had 17 tackles in the win over Green River last week. Also had the sack and a forced fumble. No huddle setup, 2nd down and 5. Snap to Evans. Rolls out left side and passes it to Peter Gettler, who had it and then dropped it. It was in and out of his hands, no pressure. 3rd down and 5 setup. Caught it at about the 47-yard line, and he had a little bit of room to run if he was able to get that pass in. Maybe started to run with it before he actually brought that ball in. Shotgun set again. 3 receiver set. Handoff to Cox up the middle. He'll try to bully his way forward, and the line of scrimmage is stopped pretty quickly. Bryson Davis at the bottom of the pile, as well as Brendan Thompson. 4th down and 3 to go. Gain of 2 for Cox. Beyond midfield, Jackson going for it. 60 yards on 8 carries, and 4th down and 3 coming up. Early movement by Jesus Quintero, and the neutral zone infraction will give them the 5 yards that Jackson needs for a 1st down. Move the ball down to the 38-yard line. 1:34 left in the 1st quarter. Big mistake early on for the Devils on the early movement and the hard count by Jackson. 1st down and 10. Ball at the 39-yard line. Low snap, handed off to Cox up the middle. Breaks through a couple of tackles and brought down by Escalante after a gain of about 7. Cut left of center on that play and took him down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 6 for Jaden. Ball set and Jackson down. Linebackers heavy to the near side. Tyus Cornea's in, and no, that's Griffin Mitchell. Cox gets it to the left side, and he pushes forward for a 1st down to the 35-yard line. Make it 25-yard line. Gain of 8. It was Gettler on the carry. Add him in, his 2nd carry of the day. A receiver and a rusher. Had a gain of 7 earlier and gets about 8 there. Penalty looks like it's pushing it back. We have a hold. Holding call brings that back, so negate that run. 38-yard line where the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9. 4 backs. And handoff to Cox. He gets tripped up in the backfield, but still is able to squirt his way forward. Davis and Escalante throw Cox down to the ground, who was pretty much moving forward like a little dart in the air. Gets 5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down and 3 to go. 3.5. 71 yards for Cox in the first quarter, down to 35 seconds. 3 receiver set, 2 to the near side. Evans in the gun. Hands off, left side to Cox. Jukes through Rigdon Wagstaff. Riley Griggs comes back up to make the tackle. Down at the 32-yard line, so a gain of 1 and 4th and 2. Similar situation for Jackson last time, except they'll have an extra quarter break to think about it with 15 seconds ticking down in this first quarter clock. The score is 7-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This game big for who's facing who and where the matchups are, who's on the road, who still can get a home game. And 2-1. 1 quarter down and not much settled. Jackson down to Evanston on their home field. Evanston 7, Jackson 6 on the First Bank presentation on this Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
In business since 1936, Ellingford Brothers started with 3 brothers building bridges across Wyoming. Over the years, the company has expanded into different aspects tied to construction, including ready-mix, steel fabrication, heavy hauling, hotshot services, and crushers. Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. When it comes to all things construction, come to Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Jackson back out on offense on 4th down, and they need to get to the 29-yard line. The ball spotted at the 32, so it is 4th down and 3. Last time there was a 4th down and 3 downs ago, it was a neutral zone infraction by the Devils. Jackson loaded up to the right side with receivers, probable blockers. Roll out right side, and it's a keeper. Direct snap to Cox. At the 29-yard line, he pushes forward and gets the yardage needed for a first down. Riley Griggs brought him down high and may have gotten away with a face mask. Incidental contact on that one. At the 27-yard line, the ball is placed 5 yards on 4th down. That direct snap to Cox. 76 yards for Jaden Cox on 12 carries. Cox faked it, and instead they give it to Castino. He goes down to the 20, maybe the 18-yard line, gain of 9 on the play. 2nd down and 1. Our first carry for Castino that I have marked, but he may have carried it once before with how frantic they're moving this offense, and I just forgot to write it down. 3-back set again, and Castino the deep back. Cox in motion, takes the sweep to the left. No, it's back to Castino up the middle. He cuts in left side, gets inside the 10-yard line and brought down by Jagger Mitchell at about the 9. 8-yard gain for Castino. 17 yards on a pair of carries, and inside the red zone, inside the 10-yard line, and first down Jackson down by 1 point. 7-6, 11-12 as the clock starts to move again. Chains have been reset. Pearson Evans back into the shotgun. And a 2-back set, now getting it funky again. Cox, the man in motion to the left side, and again to Castino. At the 9-yard line, he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Spun around like a rag doll by Riley Griggs, the senior middle linebacker for Evanston. 10:48 left, 2nd down and 10. Maybe about 9 yards, actually, excuse me. 2nd down and 9, that 9-yard line being the goal line. 2nd and goal, direct snap to Cox. Ton of room on the sweep left side. If he can get one more block, he does. And skips into the end zone for a touchdown, Jackson. 12-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Cox's 2nd score of the day, both coming from direct snaps. And it is 85 yards on 13 carries for Cox. They will line back up for an extra point, it seems. No, check that. They're going to try the 2-point conversion. Castino on the right side, wing flankering, maybe as a tight end set even. 3 receivers set up that right side. And Cox, the direct snap Wildcat, goes to throw at the middle and completed. Down for the 2-point conversion, Derek Griebel on the 2-point conversion. Wildcat snap to Jaden Cox. Oh, he gets the 2-pointer. Griebel in the center. 14-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jackson on top. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Jaden Cox ended up playing some quarterback last year, and really he was more of a direct snap running back, but he did throw it a little bit after the injury to Pearson Evans. They found out on a Wednesday leading up to the Star Valley game late in the year that Evans would be gone for the rest of the year, so they put Cox in at quarterback. So he's thrown a couple of times, taken some direct snaps, and we get a 2-point conversion from him in the second quarter. Angel Rodriguez takes the kickoff at the 15-yard line, out to the 40, at the 50-yard line, trying to still stay on his feet. The pile kind of stalls things, but for a second it looked like Rodriguez may go to the house, but a good hit that didn't bring him down but stunned him a little bit. Slows him, and he gets down beyond the 50 to the 45, maybe 46-yard line. Ball marked at the 45-yard line. 30-plus yard gain for Angel Rodriguez. His long on the year coming into the game was at 33 yards. Long kick return for Evanston on the season was 70 yards plus a opening kickoff returned for a touchdown against Powell by Cody Smith. I formation, no, check that. Direct snap to Tyus Cornea. Well, no, it wasn't. It was to Baxter, but Cornea was right behind him and took that handoff down to the 40-yard line. Evanston coming out in a lot of different sets, and I wondered if this might be the case with another week, and knowing that Seth Lloyd is gone for the year, they got to try some new things. And we've seen a little bit of a double wing sets, or at least single wing set by Evanston, and that was another flanker back setup. This time the traditional I. Cornea faked handoff. Baxter up the middle, completed at the 20-yard line, at the 30-yard line rather. It's Riley Griggs with his first reception of the year. He's been a blocking tight end all year long. Hasn't touched the ball on the offensive side, but he gets a carry for 12 earlier and a catch for a first down to the 28-yard line. Riley Griggs with the reception. Gain of 7 on the reception. 50 yards for Baxter. How about that? Got to add Griggs in. Snap goes right side and a handoff to Tyus Cornea. He gets hit high in the pad shelf and then brought down to his left side. Gain of about 3 on the play to the 25-yard line. Ball marked at the 26, so a gain of 2 for Cornea. 24 yards for him on 6 carries. Evanston not taking as long in the huddle on some snaps. This one a little bit more traditional to what we've seen this year, but trying to hurry up Jackson a little bit. The sun has set here in the distance. 3 receivers, I formation, handoff to Escalante. He pushes his way forward to the 23-yard line, gain of about 3 on the play. Pablo makes it 3rd down and 4, so and down to the 20. Yeah, they marked it at the 23-yard line, so gain of 3 for Pablo, his 3rd carry of the day. Hasn't had a breakout run yet. Cornea with 1 10-yarder. That's the only big run of the day for Evanston so far, but they have scored. That was on the touchdown on the screen pass to Cody Smith. 2-back set on 3rd down and 4. Need to get the ball down to the 18-yard line, maybe the 19. Handoff on a counter play to Cornea. He gets to the 20, setting up 4th down and 1.5 yards. If you're Evanston, you got to figure you're going for it here. Pablo Escalante 0 for 3 on field goal attempts this season. Evanston setting up to go for it. They've got Griggs in, and what you would imagine a blocking tight end set, and I think they've got a double tight end set up for Evanston. 2 receivers came out. Griggs set up to the left side. Escalante, the fullback. Quarterback keeper. Baxter tried to get the yardage, and the ball's on the ground. Jackson thinks they have it. Signaling Jackson away. Wait for the officials. Ball popped out, and Jackson recovers. Was that Griebel on the recovery? I think that was Griebel. Derek Griebel on the fumble recovery. First down and 10 Jackson. Stops Evanston in the red zone. Madden Hart takes the screen pass, and beautiful blocking sets him up for a big gain at the down to the 30-yard line. 11-yard pickup on the carry. Quick hitter for Pearson Evans. Both of his completions today for 11 yards. Hart slowing down a little bit. Or Evans, rather, slowing down a little bit in the no huddle. And play whistle dead. I didn't see a flag, but looks like Jackson's getting backed up 5 yards. Is that a delay of game? A false start called on Jackson. Back him up 5 yards to the 21-yard line. First down and 15. Handoff right side to Jaden Cox. Goes around a blocker, jukes Perriman. Won't juke another man. Griggs up in the pile up and back to about the initial line of scrimmage. Second down and 10, I think. Coming up, looks like they got it out to about the 31-yard line and just a little bit beyond. Gain of 5 yards for Cox on the sweep right side. 90 yards on 14 carries for Jaden and 2 touchdowns. Both of them coming on direct snaps. Evans, the quarterback in this setup. Shotgun. Looks left side, pitches forward to Gettler. No, check that. That's Castino. He gets 8 yards, maybe 9. Tyus Cornea in on that tackle. Castino with the 9-yard carry. Just shy of the first down. No, they give him the yardage needed. 9-yard gain for Castino on his 3rd carry. Ball marked at the 42-yard line. Shotgun for Evans. Low snap. Handoff fake. Going back to throw. In and out of the hands of Cornea and picked off by Chris Perriman. His 3rd interception of the year. Tackled at the 45-yard line, and a turnover gives the Evanston possession back. They lost it on a fumble. Get it back with the field flipped. So they got to go 55 yards back to pay dirt after losing it on the 19. But Evanston stops. Jackson gets the possession back and will take over. Interception coming with 6:16 left in the second quarter. Evanston down 1 score. Shotgun snap and overthrown to Angel Rodriguez, attempting in the slot position at a screen pass. Not sure he was going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage had he caught that. Opportunistic play for Perriman. He caught that on the second chance on it. Tyus Cornea got up high and batted that ball into the air. Made it a 50-50 ball for whoever wanted it, and Chris Perriman was in the right place at the right time. Two receivers, one on either side, pistol form for David Baxter. Cornea behind him, straightaway handoff, cut right side, and Jackson, one of the top defenses in the state, stuffing Cornea up at the 45-yard line. No gain for Cornea. I went and looked at the numbers between Jackson on the season and their averages defensively and their averages once they got into conference play, and I expected to see a drop-off, as in more yards allowed once they got into conference play. That's not been the case. Get into that just a little bit if we get a chance. Pistol form, roll out to the left side, throw and picked off. Pick-off number 2 of the day for David Baxter. Returned down to the 45-yard line. Give it right back to Jackson. Well, I have that as Coulter Dawson, the freshman. It's number 44 running off the field. He's the guy listed as that, a freshman. Interception, gives it right back to Jackson in the same spot where they lost it. Interception number 2 of the day, number 3 of the year for Baxter. Man in motion is Gettler, double receive, and a throw deep. Down and wide open to Madden Hart at the 17-yard line. Touchdown Jackson on the wide receiver reverse throw. Kirby Castino on that pass. Kirby Castino on the throw, 45 yards on one play. And Jackson takes a 20-7 lead on the Impact Physical Therapy board. That's who I saw getting high-fived. And he was, think he was the receiver to the left side. Confirm that in a moment. Extra point up and good, 21. 21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jackson over Evanston. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need them, they'll be there. Specializing in plumbing, air conditioning repairs, furnace installation and repairs, water heaters, HVAC system installation and maintenance. What's in your ductwork? Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Can do your excavation work for septic systems and sewer cleaning. 307-789-8793. You'll find them in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
It was a direct snap to Jaden Cox, who then threw it to Castino, who then tossed it to Pearson Evans, who was put out as a wide receiver, and he's the guy who found Madden Hart for the touchdown on that double reverse wide receiver pass by the quarterback to Madden Hart. 21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston fields the kickoff at the 15-yard line. Rodriguez takes it out to the 33. 21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and Jackson with a high-powered offense and a pretty darn good defense. They were advertised as a good defense, and they've shown to be that so far. 21-7, 5:21 left in the first half. All set up by interception number 2 of the day for Baxter. That went to number 44, Colton Dawson. Handoff left side, Cornea without anywhere to run. He's brought down for a loss of 4. He got hit by a lot of guys on that play. Castino, the guy finally bringing him down. Loss on the play of 4 yards. Second catch for Madden Hart on that touchdown. 56 yards for him. And a timeout taken by Evanston. Second down and 14 when we come. Well, we're going to keep it right here, actually, while we try to catch up and figure out what exactly has happened in this game. And good defense by Jackson. They came in ranked as, let's see right here, rush yards, they were second at 144. Pass yards first at 63.4. They had 7 interceptions on the year, now up to 9 and 7 fumble recoveries. And as I mentioned, I wondered, they played some weaker competition at the beginning of the year, and you wondered if that defense was as good as advertised because of those numbers. Well, if they've averaged 207 yards on the season, given up in conference play, they've allowed 211. That's just 3.8 yards more per game. So, yeah, against Cody, against Star Valley, and against Green River? Yeah, against Green River in those 3 games, there haven't really been any drop-off in how well this defense has played. Not a big defense, not a big offense either. Second down and 14. All out, empty set, and a deep throw by David Baxter down to Angel Rodriguez, completed at the 45-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at the 40. Gain of 35 on the play. and they air it out to David Baxter, going down to Angel Rodriguez. 4:38 left as the clock stops to reset the chains and may stay stopped as I think he was caught out of bounds. I think I miscalled that one, a 30-yard play. 30-yard gain as it goes down to the 40 from the 30-yard line. Handoff to Cornea. He gets 5 more yards. A violent 4 yards as 4 men just ripped him forward. Madden Hart in on that tackle. I think the guy spinning him around was Keegan Butler. First catch in a few games for Angel. .30-yard completion. 80 yards for David Baxter. Problem, 2 interceptions, though, coming in the process. 1 touchdown. I-back formation. 5 yards to go, and the muff snap may be picked up by Jackson. Looks like Baxter fell back on it. A basic loss of down on that play. They'll spot the ball about 3/4 of a yard shy of the initial line of scrimmage. 3rd down and about 5 still. Sets up a pistol form, single back set, tight end to the right side, 1 receiver either way. Handoff to Cornea fake, Baxter airs it out. Down far sideline, intended for Wagstaff, may have been picked off at the goal line. He had it in his hands. Do they call it a catch? I think they will. And picked off by, waiting on a number, looks like Castano. Keegan Butler? No, I think that was number 6. Now look, Peter Gettler, I think, on that interception. I think it was number 6, Peter Gettler on that pick, number 3 of the day. And at the goal line of 2 yards. Sweep out right side. They'll get a whole lot of those yards back out to the 10-yard line. Keeper by Castano. 8-yard pickup. Give him 9. They could put him out to the 11-yard line. Handoff up to the middle. Cox with it to the 15. Looks like Jaden Cox. First down to the 6 yards for 6 yards. Just 4 yards shy of 100 for Cox. No huddle snap. Sweep out right side, faked and picked up by Rodriguez at the 15-yard line. 10-5, touchdown, Red Devils. Interception number 5 of the day in the first half. 3 for Evanston, or 3 for Jackson, now 2 for Evanston. A pick 6 by Rodriguez gets Evanston right back into this game, 21-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 17-yard interception return on an interception that by Evanston that gave by Peter Gettler that gave him the ball at the 2-yard line. Get that right back. And setting up for the extra point, Pablo Escalante. David Baxter is the holder. Pick 6 by Angel Rodriguez. Kick is good, and it's 21-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A weird one. We'll be back in 30. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com today.
What a whirlwind this game has been so far. 21-14, Jackson leading Evanston here at William T. McIntosh Stadium, week 7 of the season. Escalante set to kick it deep. for Evanston. Red Devils going from right to left in the white jerseys, red pants. Jackson in the gray, orange, and black trim, black helmets. Ball set up at the 40-yard line. A pick six by Angel Rodriguez following an interception at the 2-yard line by Peter Gettler. Switches the field, gives a touchdown back to the Devils, and now they boot it deep trying to stop the offense. They've had 2 turnovers today. Evanston has had 4 already. Deep kick for Escalante will be close to the goal line. Bobbled at the 1-yard line, dropped up and picked back up. Out to the 10-yard line, to the 15, and close to the 20. I think that was Gettler on the return, and it was. 17-yard return by Peter Gettler. And ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. Bridger Barker, Mason Erickson, and Bryson Davis, the linemen. 3-man front, 4 linebackers set. Wagstaff and Mitchell, the outsides. Griggs and Escalante, the inside. Handoff goes up the middle. And a little bit of time taken for Evanston to spot that one. They do. Escalante and Griggs were on that one right away and stop them up for a gain of 3 yards. Jaden Cox on the carry. Puts him at 99 yards, 16 carries. Handoff right side. Cox sweeps over to the sideline, 25, 30-yard line, still on his feet, and then ripped down violently by Tyus Cornea out of frustration. Should be close to a first down for Jaden. Wait for the ball market. Looks like it's right at the 30-yard line, which is where they needed to get to for the first down. Mark him down as a gain of 7. Pushes him over the 100-yard marker today. A hair shy of the first down. It's 3rd down and inches. Oh, no, they do give it to him. The chain gang just took a while to move it. 1st down and 10. Loaded up backfield for Jackson. 3 men under center. Handoff goes to Castino. He takes it left side of center. Gets about 3-4 yards on the carry. Bryson Davis in on the tackle. Give him almost 5 yards. No huddle offense setting up as Evanston's defense tries to respond. 1:17 left, and Jackson gets the ball to start the second half. Handoff right side and a trickeration screen pass. Madden Hart fell on it just in case it was a fumble. It was a forward pass, though, incomplete as it popped out of the hands. So they ran a little double screen look where I think that was Gettler or maybe Cox coming in motion, who was supposed to take all the attention away, and then Hart came in from the left side. Would have worked for probably first down and maybe more, but it goes incomplete. 3rd down and 5 to go. Snap, handoff faked, right side. Evans keeps it out to the 45-yard line and through to the 49-yard line. Tyus Cornea, the lone man to take the tackle and take Evans down. Gets to the 44-yard line. 9-yard pickup by Evans. 1:04 left. Jackson into the shotgun. Castino the lone back. 4 receivers, 2 either side. Looking to throw, goes back, has Gettler open at the 40-yard line, completes it to him. He's tackled by Perriman after he picks up 4 more yards. Across the 50 from the 44 down to the 36-yard line, a gain of 18 on the completion. First down and 10. Evans over right side, overthrows his intended man, Madden Hart. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. .45 seconds, the clock stopped. 65 yards. That can't be right. 75 yards for Evans. Handoff to Cox at the 35. He breaks through an arm tackle and brought down by Riley Griggs at the 31-yard line. Gain of 5. 40 seconds left and a timeout taken. We'll take one as well. Jackson leading Evanston 21-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. First Bank presentation of Red Devil football.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Both teams still in the timeout huddle, and yes, it's 85 yards on 4 completions for Pearson Evans. I don't have how many he's attempted. I'm thinking it's about 8, so about 50% completion percentage. A couple of drop passes and a couple of overthrows for him, an interception as well. I think that probably pushed him up to about 9 or 10 with the 2 interceptions. Got to add those in there as well. 3rd down and 5, ball marked at the 31-yard line. 40 seconds left and 2 timeouts for Evanston, 3 for Jackson. This is 4-down territory, no question about it. 3 receivers out to the right side. 1 to the left, lone back, man in motion. Jaden Cox takes the sweep right handoff to the 30, 25-yard line, runs out of real estate, out of bounds. Rigdon Wagstaff, the closest man to make a tackle. No one brought Cox down. 1st down and gain of about, 11 on that play? Mark it as such. Stops the clock by going out of bounds. Saves Jackson a timeout. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Handoff back to Cox. Starts at the center. Goes right side. Gets pulled in the back of the jersey. And brought down for a minimal gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Clock stop. Timeout taken by Jackson. We'll take one as well. Be back with 2nd down and 8 when we come back on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on K9 Radio.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
28.8 seconds left in half number 1 here at William T. McIntosh Stadium in Jackson, Wyoming. Big game, 2 teams going at it against each other at both 5-1 on the season, 1 conference loss each. Evanston trailing Jackson by a touchdown, 21-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. Jackson with the ball late in the first half, 2nd down and 7 at the 19-yard line. 3-yard gain by Jaden Cox, 4 receivers set. 2 on either side and a shotgun pass for Evans. Upcoming, Cornea chasing him out from the right side. Steps back, throws it, got back to the line of scrimmage and nearly found his man on the far side. I think that intended receiver was Griebel, but I'll take a check now with the binoculars downside. And yes, it was. It was Derek Griebel, the intended man at about the 1st down marker. Would have been at the 13-yard line, 12-yard line where the ball. I didn't think Evans was going to be able to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, let alone almost to the 1st down marker as he was falling down. 21.7 seconds left in the first half. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 19 still. Shotgun is a little bit low on the snap. Throws down wildly. Flag in the backfield. Throws into the end zone. Cody Smith, the closest man to it, and that was a Red Devil, and he was about 7-8 yards shy. Wait for the flag as it came in before Evans threw, and a holding on the offense will back them up. Make it 3rd down and 12. I think we'll have to wait and see where the ball was at. Actually, that would be a 10-yard, so maybe 3rd down and 17. Foul is spotted at the 16-yard line, I think, so I'll put him back maybe the 26-yard line. That flag is accurate. I think Evanston's taking that penalty, as you'd expect him to. 3rd down and 17. Down to the 31-yard line. About the 30-yard line, rather. 17 seconds left, 3rd down and 17. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation. Evans awaiting the snap, takes it, rolls back, has some time to throw. Goes deep down in the end zone, maybe to Cody Smith, and nearly intercepted, cutting in late. Smith said he was clean on that one, on the knockout, and no flags. Intended receiver, it may have been Gettler, may have been, now it's Jaden Cox down there, intended receiver. 10.5 seconds left, 4th down and 18. Probably time to go for the end zone one more time for Jackson. Up by 1 touchdown, 10 seconds left. Not bad field position to give it away unless, of course, you get a second pick six. Timeout taken by Jackson. We'll leave it right here. And then Jackson gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter as well. 5 interceptions, 6 turnovers altogether in this first half between the two teams. 4 for Evanston, 2 for Jackson. Evanston scored on the pick 6 by Angel Rodriguez to pull it close. They also have a 30-yard touchdown reception midway through the 1st quarter by Cody Smith. Jackson scored on their first play from scrimmage. Following an interception, they took it over, and Jaden Cox took a direct snap, 30 yards to pay dirt for the touchdown. He took a second direct snap. Jaden Cox did 9 yards for the touchdown early in the 2nd quarter. And then Pearson Evans threw it on a double reverse 45 yards down to Madden Hart with 5:27 left in the 2nd quarter. Those are all of the scores so far today. Evanston hoping there is not another unless they get something crazy here. 30 yards to heave-ho it down on 4th down and 18 for Jackson. They have 1 timeout remaining if they could somehow get a 1st down and have some time left on the clock. They have 1 more chance to the end zone from better field position, but probably just to throw it down deep and throw a man, a couple guys down to the post. Evans down deep, intended for Gettler, into his hands and caught! Peter Gettler with the 30-yard score with 3.9 left in the quarter. The Hail Mary on 4th and 18. And Pearson Evans sends it deep. 27-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And a 2-touchdown lead for Jackson as they will get the ball to start the 2nd half as well. Setting up for the extra point. Hold down, kick is up and good. 28-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll take a break, be back in just a bit. First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Throughout life, we celebrate the important milestones with jewelry, like graduation with a class ring, a watch for Father's Day, wedding sets for the bride and groom, a strand of pearls for your sweet 16, mother's rings to celebrate family. Commemorate these milestones working side by side with your personal jeweler at Sievers Jewelers. When you want to say, I want this moment to last forever, say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
28-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. A 30-yard touchdown on 4th down and 18 with 10 seconds left. Pearson Evans goes deep back of the end zone to Peter Gettler. And Jackson takes a 2-touchdown lead, kicking off with 3.9 seconds left in the quarter. And they will get it to start the 2nd half as well. Evanston has 1 kick return for a touchdown this year. They're hoping and praying for another one here. Probably a squib kick, quick kick upcoming for Jackson. Goes to the 20-yard line, fielded by Angel Rodriguez. Up the far sideline, still on his feet at the 35. Trying to stay up on the 40-yard line and pushed out of bounds. That's the half, 28-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And it's half in Jackson, Wyoming. 2 5-1 teams, and Jackson, the home team, showing strong right now. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you want to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
When you hit the bullseye playing darts, it's a great thing. When a rock hits your windshield and creates a bullseye, it's a bad thing. A small bullseye in your windshield can grow into a monster crack that covers the whole window. T-Bar Body Shop in Evanston fixes rock chips. If the rock chip in your windshield has already grown into a giant crack, T-Bar Body Shop can fix that too. When it comes to window repair or replacement, make sure you always hit the bullseye. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call us today, 789-2639.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Welcome back. Half at William T. McIntosh Stadium here in Jackson, Wyoming. 28-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jackson leading Evanston in a battle of a pair of 5-1 teams in another big conference game on the west side happening right now and down to the final 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. Star Valley is up 20-16 over Cody, but Cody attempting a field goal to cut that lead down to 1. The field goal hold is up and wide left. Watching that live right now on SVI Media. So the score stays 20-16 in favor of Star Valley in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter. No updates quite yet on other games. We'll see if we can get them after the break. Let's run you through first half stats. 6 turnovers in all, a fumble and 3 interceptions by Evanston, and then 2 interceptions by Jackson. David Baxter, with those 3 interceptions, has completed 5 passes for 80 yards and a touchdown. That a 30-yard score to Cody Smith, his lone catch of the game. Rigdon Wagstaff has 1 catch for 14 yards. Chris Perriman 1 catch for -1 yards. Riley Griggs with 1 reception for 7. Pablo Escalante 3 carries for 5 yards. 1 carry for Riley Griggs and 12 yards for him. A 30-yard reception for Angel Rodriguez as well. Tyus Cornea only 10 carries through the half. A season low in carries for him, and a season low probably for Evanston in plays in the first half on the season as well. And, oh, wow, as I add up his total, he has 28 yards on 10 carries. 1 carry of 10 yards, a gain of 2, gain of 4, gain of 1, gain of 5, gain of 2, gain of 3, gain of 0, gain of -4, and gain of 5. Almost unbelievable looking at the kid that is just shy of 1,100 yards on the year, that he is sitting at 28 yards and no scores on 10 carries through the half. Evanston's tried to throw the ball and keep Jackson honest. The issue is they've given it away 3 times. They've gotten it back a couple of times on those turnovers, but they've gotten some good gains, 2 gains of 30, 1 for a touchdown, 1 of a field switch that ended up in an interception on another deep throw a couple of plays yet later. But Jackson saying, okay, go ahead and beat us. We'll keep it deep. We'll mind your receivers when you have them, but they are loading the box, and they're playing good defense at the line of scrimmage right now, cutting out Evanston's opportunities. Let's move over to Jackson's offensive stats, and he's very unofficial. I've got Pearson Evans somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 for 13 with 115 yards, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns of 45 and 30 yards. Kirby Castano, 5 carries, 46 yards for him. Peter Gettler, a carry for 7 yards. I think he's maybe gotten that, maybe just 1. Yeah, 1 carry for 7. He had a second, but it was negated by a holding penalty. He's got 3 receptions for 59 yards, though. 1 touchdown reception on that 30-yard catch. Madden Hart with 2 catches for 56 yards, and he had the 45-yard touchdown reception. Jaden Cox, haven't mentioned him yet. 20 carries for 124 yards and a pair of touchdowns as well. Both of those touchdowns coming for Cox by way of direct snaps. So 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns for Jackson on the season. That pushes them up to passing touchdowns 7. Had 5 coming into the game. 24 rushing touchdowns at the half. At this half, 7 and 6.5 games into the season. Clock at 7:50 before the start of the third quarter. We will come back with our standout student when we return on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. 28-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board at the half. Jackson leading Evanston.
1 in 5 Americans suffer from allergies found in indoor air, which can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. 307 service experts can clean the ductwork in your home and improve your indoor air quality. On average, over 15,000 house fires annually cause 300 injuries and 30 deaths, started because of clogged dryer vents. 307 service experts can clean your ductwork, making it safer. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. 307 service experts, just 1 call to fix it all. 307-789-6716.
Welcome back to the half, and it is 28-14. Didn't get any time to breathe in the first half, so we've got one of our main sports sponsors with a promotion that I'm supposed to read once in the first, once in the second. Didn't get a chance in the first, may not get a chance in the second, so let's read it right now. Rocky Mountain Yeti of Evanston, now through the end of October, has a deal going on. When you buy a vehicle from them, Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, you'll only pay factory invoice price, plus you'll get all the rebates, a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, and you'll get $1,000 toward any gun you want from the gun room. Buy a Dodge, get a gun. Buy a Jeep, get a gun, or buy a Chrysler, get a gun. No gimmicks, no games, just factory invoice pricing, amazing warranties, rebates, a new vehicle, and a new gun. This promotion ends October 31st. Visit Rocky Mountain Yeti of Evanston today. Now let's hear from our standout student for this week, senior Hiram Cooper.
I'm with Hiram Cooper, a senior at EHS, a member of the cross-country team, but we're going to start a little bit in a different spot. Also a senior and a member of the senior boys dance team for homecoming. That's a yearly tradition at Evanston, and you were a part of it this year. What was that experience like for you?
It was pretty wild. I guess, I don't know, I always went to the pep rallies when I was younger, and I don't know, I'd always look at the senior boys and be like, man, someday I'm going to do that. I don't care how embarrassing it is. And so I did. And it was just a lot of fun. I think some of the kids were embarrassed, but personally I wasn't. I just liked to be out there. It was a lot of fun because I knew that as an underclassman I was always laughing at the senior boys, so I got to do that.
How much practice went into it?
Well, there was 3 days. And to be honest, not a lot got done in those 3 days because, with a gym full of senior boys, you can only expect so much to happen. But surprisingly, we pulled it off. So
I talked to Alexis Frogner the week leading up to that, and I asked how low does she have to keep the expectations, and she said if you guys show up, then she's happy. Were the Classics pretty understanding of your guys' ability and limitations?
Oh, yeah. I think they pretty much expected this would happen. It probably happens about every year. So,
you're also a member of the cross-country team. Your boys have done pretty well this year. How's this season been from start to finish as far as where you guys started this year as opposed to maybe some other years?
Well, this year we've just got a really good, solid bunch of runners, and I don't know. It's the cross country team's just been growing over the past few years, and we've seen more and more talent coming in. And to me, it's really cool to just be a part of that and to be able to support a team. And I think we've just got a good crew here.
You've faced off against Laramie once so far this year that I know of, and you came up victorious, and I can't remember exactly where that was. Was that at Rock Springs, maybe? Either way, what was going up against those state champs like and then coming out on top of them, albeit in the regular season?
It was just kind of like a confidence booster because we've had our eyes on those teams over the past few years, and now coming out on top, it's more confidence like going into state, so...
Regionals comes up before state, and you guys obviously have your eyes set on a regional championship. You know the Rock Springs course fairly well, and I talked to Coach Berger a little bit earlier about what his strategy going in. What has he told you about this course, or what do you guys already know about this course and when to attack, how to approach it?
Well, the Rock Springs course, it's kind of nice. There's not really a lot of hills, and so it's mostly flat. I think the biggest thing now is before in the season when we were going to our Utah meets, we were focused on getting like good times and still competing, but now the goal is to win, not just to run your best time. You want to beat the other kids. So,
how has grouping been for you guys this year as far as Red Devils trying to be up at this far front of the field as you can?
Well, grouping, I guess we've had like two of our runners that run right up next to each other, Weston and Dawson, and they're usually ahead of the whole pack, and then we kind of have some just kind of spread out through the rest. But
how has Utah competition helped prepare you for going into this championship season?
Yeah, well, we've raced against some bigger schools, and I think for especially the varsity runners, it's good for them because, I mean, at our own meets, well, we almost swept our Evanston meet, and so it's good to have that competition. You know that there's always someone ahead of you, and that you can still always have more work to do, rather than getting it into your head that you're the best. It gives you more motivation to work, I think. So,
moving away from cross country and homecoming for a little bit, have you decided where you're going to college yet?
I haven't decided for sure. I've been thinking a lot about BYU. And Utah State a little bit, but I was also thinking about going east for school too.
What is your field of study that you're most interested in at this point?
I've always been interested in computer science, and I don't know, ever since I was about 9, I've been like programming and doing stuff with computers, so I've always kind of known that's what I want to go into. I've also thought about minoring in math because I've always enjoyed and done well in math.
Is your senior project related around something in that field?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about my senior project. For my senior project, I'm going to be making some sort of AI, like artificial intelligence. And so it uses kind of like a method called machine learning, which is kind of really becoming popular these days. And it basically allows computers to do stuff that computers weren't able to do before. So it can just analyze data and find patterns that we aren't able to program into them, which is really cool.
So it's progressive learning of the system itself is learning?
Yeah, so you could teach it to like play a game by only telling it how to control the game, but you don't have to tell it the rules of the game. If you tell it when it gets a point, then it will use those patterns of when it controls the game to be able to play really well. And they use this in a lot of big like companies, and I've heard like Google, for example, they used it to time their cooling in their database facilities, and they've cut their energy usage by 15% by doing that.
How do you go about setting something like that up as a program?
Well, there's like a lot that goes into it, but basically you have these languages called programming languages, which is what the computer reads in a way, and then through that you just build kind of layer upon layer, and you build these things called neural networks, which kind of simulate how a brain works. So then from there you just feed it data and it makes patterns from it.
You grew up in a time where this is kind of, I guess, normal, but is it sometimes kind of weird to be setting something up like this? And you mentioned neural networks. You're kind of replicating something a human brain does.
Yeah, it's really weird to think about, and I think sometimes it even changes the way I think about how my brain works. But I just think it's really fascinating. So,
do you start to think of your brain a little bit more as just a series of yes, nos, and progressive learnings, just like that computer system?
Yeah, I do. It's just interesting to see, like, the funny thing about neural networks is that when we program them and they learn, we don't really know how they work. They kind of do their own thing. You can't really read their instructions, whereas if you program something, you can read every instruction. But it's really interesting. It's kind of similar to the brain. You can't look into someone's brain and figure out what they know. So I think that part's really interesting.
Well, it sounds like a fantastic senior project. I'm excited. I'm going to have to check back in and maybe even attend to see what you got out of it or what your artificial brain learned. Hiram Cooper, senior for EHS. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, here we go again. Quarter number 3 set to start, 28-14. Thanks to Hiram Cooper, great young senior for Evanston High School. Joining me this week as standout student is 28-14. Evanston set to kick as we get set for the third quarter to begin. 12 minutes put up on the clock. Escalante boots deep and fielded at the 7-yard line by Castano. Fakes a flip left side to Cox, goes up the middle, out to the 27-yard line, brought down. And that's where Jackson will start their opening drive of quarter number 3. Star Valley has defeated Cody 20-16, and for Jackson, as they lead 28-14 here, that's probably best news for them. Now that takes Star Valley out of a chance of getting that takes Jackson out of a chance of getting any number 1, but let's be honest, they probably weren't going to get there anyway. Star Valley has Green River next week. Jaden Cox takes the first down snap, handoff out to the 35, 40, up the sideline, 50, 45, opposite side, tries to cut back in, and brought down at the 47, maybe 48-yard line. Big gain of about 21 plus 2 or 3, make it about 23-yard gain for Cox. And, whoa, what's going on here? A hold in the backfield will take that away. And not so fast. Maybe a little bit of a break here for Evanston. Holding called on the offense after a 23-yard gain for Jaden Cox on the first play from scrimmage. Madden Hart out into the huddle for first down. Try it all over again. They're backing him up to the 20-yard line. So first down and 19. Is that right? Yeah. About 1 yard shy of the 30-yard line. Say first down and 19. Loaded box to the right side, and the handoff goes on a counter up to the middle. Back to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5 for Cox. Second down and 14. No huddle offense for Jackson, so not a whole lot of time to breathe in the first. Don't expect anything different in the second. May get a chance to explain this playoff scenario at some point. Drop snap, down in the backfield, and touchdown for a loss of about 5 yards. Riley Griggs gets Pearson Evans on the drop snap. -5, so back to third down and 19. Pistol set, no, shotgun set. Evans looking back to throw. Rolls out right side, has a man open and completes it at the 30-yard line. Looked like Madden Hart out on that far side. Completed to Hart. short of a first down, gets back to about the initial line of scrimmage and a yard past that to the 30-yard line. The initial line of scrimmage was at the 20-yard line. So a 10-yard gain for Madden, and it's fourth down. Now actually give them 11 yards. 126 yards on the day for Pearson Evans. Punt away, and everyone getting waved off on the Evanston side. Has a healthy Jackson bounce and rolls from the 40-yard line down to about the 25. An extra 15-yard gain on a end-over-end punt of positive yardage for Jackson. Moving backwards, negative yardage for would have been Evanston. 9:58 left in the third quarter. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line for Evanston. First drive of the second half, and they did the first job, which was get a stop defensively. Shotgun form, one back either side. Handoff right side to Cornea. Has a big hole up the middle. 30, 35, running, and tripped up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 15 yards. I think Madden Hart was the guy making the tackle. 15-yard gain for Tyus is a new long on the day. Puts him at 43 yards through 11 carries. Clock at 9:45, a two-touchdown game. Evanston's come back a couple of times this season, never from multiple touchdowns down. Had to come back twice against Lander. Handoff to Cornea at the middle. No, that's Angel Rodriguez. Flag in the backfield, and at the 50-yard line. It's drag flown about the 45-yard line, rather. 10-yard gain will probably be coming back, at least 5. See where the official threw it down right at about the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line, so maybe back to the 30. Holding on Evanston. 9:31 left, and back him up 10 yards, first down and 20. A 15-yard gain followed by what would have been a 10-yard gain goes negative 10, so net gain 5 yards and a long set of long set of downs to get through with the chains 10 yards away. Once again, Star Valley has knocked off Cody, 20-16, the final in that game, being played in Star Valley for their senior night. Shotgun form, pitch left side. Rodriguez at the 25, breaks a tackle. 30, out to the near sideline. 35, gets taken down from behind by Madden Hart and tackled at the 37-yard line. Gain of 7 for Angel Rodriguez. Gets back most of the yardage they lost as they give him a 9-yard gain out to the 39-yard line. Second down and 11 at the 39. Under 9 to play. Try the two-back set again. Rodriguez to the right, and Cornea takes the handoff to the left. Loses a lot of yards, now trying to gain it back. Gets about back to the line of scrimmage on a big sweep around to the right side. Not much more. Waits for the spot. May have given him a yard back to the 40-yard line. Gain of 1 yard. Third down and 10. Red Devils have not tried to throw yet. Maybe forcing their hand here. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the far. Pistol form. Escalante, the lone back in a blocking situation. Roll out left side and to the sideline. Hits a man out of bounds. It was Sadler Smith standing on the sideline for Jackson who got hit on the right hip. And fourth down on the incomplete pass. Evanston will have to punt. Tyus Cornea at the 25-yard line awaiting the snap to punt it away. It's low. Gets it out, end over end, and a nice boot. Sends Cox back. He touched it, picks it up at the 4-yard line, and breaks through one tackle, brought down at the 9-yard line. Jaden was retreating and actually booted the ball backwards, so I think the Gunners for Evanston doubled their efforts trying to get down there, thinking maybe they could get a fumble recovery. Cox did hold on to it, and they'll take over at about the 10 or 9-yard line. Mark it at the 10. Loaded up to the right side. Madden Hart on the line as a receiver. Cox, I believe, the deep back. No, Cox is on the line. Gettler to the right side as well. That probably means it's Castano. Castano taking the handoff and brought down for a gain of 1 yard, maybe 2. Double check and see if that is the right ball carrier. Yes, it is. Kirby Castano. And marked at the 1. Yeah, give him 3 yards on the play. Got farther than I thought he did. 2nd down and 7. 2 back, shotgun set, 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near. Jackson going from left to right. Handoff to the far back up the middle. Cox was the man set in motion, and it was Castano getting the handoff, taking it to the 15-yard line. Gain of 2. 51 yards on 7 carries by Kirby. 30-yard line, 35. No, he's still on his feet, flips the field. Now to the 35, 40, 45, 50, has a lead blocker. Angel Rodriguez, the lone man to beat, cuts inside to the 25-yard line, down to the 23. 35 yards to the 50, 45, 55, 60, about 62 yards on the gain. Where's the spot at? And give him 65 rather, as it goes down to, no, 60, 62 down on the 23-yard line. 35 to the 50, 45, 55, 65. Is that right? 68-yard gain? Man, my math is failing right now. Yeah, 68-yard gain for Jaden Cox. There, I finally got that math right. He was already at 129 yards, and we've got an injury down on the field. It's Evanston with a player down on the near sideline, the 20-yard line. So my math was hurting me that much. Can I do the addition now? 197 yards for Jaden on 22 carries. 6:33 is where the clock is stopped. Player for Evanston still down, no side of a number yet. We'll take a break, come back. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. It's 28 points for Jackson, 14 for Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
No good news to report for Evanston. Brendan Thompson, the player being helped off the field. Evanston's defensive end, defensive tackle, and most important of all, their senior center. First down and 10 at the 21-yard line following the 23-yard line following the 68-yard run by Jaden Cox. Read option, and Pearson Evans got a yard maybe on first down. Second down and 9 on a 1-yard gain, down to the 21-yard line. Second and 9, no backs. Doesn't mean you can't get them in motion, and Castano and Cox now move into motion as 2 backs. Hand off to Cox, goes right side, breaks through a tackle of Riley Griggs. Second level is Pablo Escalante, bringing him down at the 15-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. Puts him over 200 yards once again, and the leading rusher in the state will stay the leading rusher in the state. 203 yards on the ground. Cox, left back of Evans, takes the sweep right at the 10-yard line, down to the 7-yard line, brought down for a gain of 7 yards down to the 8. That's his 24th carry. .521 and ticking away. Jackson threatening to go up by 3 touchdowns. Pearson Evans under center. Castano the lead back behind. Cox gets the sweep right side. Stumbles down and falls about a half-yard shy of a touchdown. Give him 6 yards officially on the game. Got about 7, but just a hair behind the goal. Second down and goal. Castano the deep back again, a couple of flankers. Hand off to Castano, right side. Griggs had him, lost him. Another guy had him. Broken tackle again. Bridger Barker and Griffin Mitchell get dragged into the end zone. Kirby Castano with the touchdown on second down and goal. 34-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jackson scores with 4:40 left in the quarter. First touchdown of the day for Kirby on his 8th carry. 52 yards. Extra point attempt up and good. 35-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jackson extending its lead to 21 points over Evanston. And we'll be back in 30 seconds on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Uintah County School District Number 1 has been committed to excellence since its beginning in 1870. This commitment is not only reflected in student education, but in our school buildings and facilities over the years. The staff at Uintah County School District Number 1 works hard to provide clean, comfortable, and safe learning environments for student learning. No matter what department you're working with, at Uintah County School District Number 1, you will always find us striving for the pathway to excellence.
.35-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston trailing by 21 points. Set to return. Time on the clock, 7:41 p.m. on a Friday night. 4:45 left in the third quarter. And the kick goes to Rodriguez at the 15-yard line. Goes from far side to near side. He's still on his feet at the 30-yard line, out to the 40, 50-yard line, across the 50, finally brought down. And on the tackle, not Jaden Cox, that's 22, not 26. A.J. McCool on the tackle, junior, special teams with the pink socks on. And Evanston starts the drive after yet another good kick return, but can they get a touchdown here? Running out of time. Across the 50 to the 48, Evanston going from right to left on the dial. And let's take a look at who the new center is, if I can get a check at it. With Brendan Thompson out of the game and getting examined right now. Handoff to Cornea, and they try to go right to the center, and he loses 2. Forward progress. Won't take any more back. I think that might be Eric Orozco in on the line. Not sure if he's the center, but Orozco is in onto the offensive line. 2-yard loss for Tyus. well on his way to a season low in rushing yards, 42. And this Jackson defense came in ranked number 2 in the state in rushing yards allowed per game at 144. They're currently well under that total. I think we've got to send, we got to switch. Double reverse, Cody Smith from right to left side at the 50, 45, 40, open field, 35, trying to beat everyone to the end zone, down to the 20, brought down shy of the 15, but well beyond first down territory. 30-plus yard run gain for Cody Smith. Ball marked at the 18-yard line, so a gain of 31 yards for Cody. "31-yard run for Cody Smith down to the 18-yard line. Make it 32, actually, because the ball was at the 50, I think. Shotgun snap, handoff right side to Corney at the 15-yard line, down to the 10, 5, hit hard at the goal line. He pushes forward, hit the pylon, but was he already out of bounds? I think so. First down and goal. 17-yard gain for Tyus, his long of the day. Puts him at 59 yards. First down and goal at the 2-yard line. They say he was out a little bit before. Make it a 16-yard gain. Jesus Quintero is the new center, and that puts Eric Orozco in at right guard in his place. So Quintero the center, Orozco the right guard. Two-back set, Tyus Cornea the deep back. Handoff to Escalante, stuffed at the goal line. Tackle by Spencer Barazay, the senior, and a couple other Jackson linemen. Also in on that tackle, Jack Brown, sophomore. Give him 1 yard on the play. Escalante with 6 yards on 4 carries. Try a shotgun set, 2 backs, Escalante and Cornea. Receiver to the right is Wagstaff, Smith to the left. Tight end set up left side. Handoff to Cornea on a sweep left. He's hit hard at the 5-yard line and brought down. That's the freshman, Coulter Dawson. Already has an interception in the game. He gets a tackle for a loss of 4. Third down and goal. Ball marked at the 5-yard line, 2:15 left in the third quarter. Third down and goal, Evanston down by 21 points. Come out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage at 2:07. 2 down set, shotgun, handoff, faked. Out to the right side on a slant. Escalante makes the catch and skips his way right into the end zone. 5-yard touchdown pass, and the Devils are down by 2 scores. First catch of the day for Pablo is a 5-yard touchdown, and Evanston not dying yet. Got some good big plays, none bigger than the 32-yard run by Cody Smith on the wide receiver reverse. Eric Orozco running off to the sideline before Evanston sets up and now running back. And he weighs in at about 275. He is a long run for that now right guard. He sets up his left guard here, and we're back to play. Kick is up and good. After all that, it's 35-21 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. We'll take a break, be back in 30 seconds. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
My apologies to Eric Orozco. I said 275. He checks in on the weight counter on the roster, 270. So either way, he's mad at someone because someone told him to get off the sideline. He was almost all the way there, and then someone said, hey, come on back. So he's normally a defensive player in the interior line, but with the injury to Brendan Thompson, he gets in at guard as Jesus Quintero has to move to center and has a long run there and back. After all that, it works out, and the extra point is good. Evanston kicking off at the 40-yard line following the 5-yard touchdown pass to Pablo Escalante. David Baxter is second touchdown of the day, 6th completion. And Pablo will boot it deep. 1:57 left in the third quarter, and it's a touchback, first of the day for either side. Jackson will take over at the 20-yard line. 35-21, so not all hope gone for Evanston, but they're going to need some defensive stops here. And a lot of the playmakers on the defensive side are the same ones on the offensive side, so you're going to have a little bit of fatigue. I thought we might see a little bit of that with Jackson, but hasn't really shown yet. Their defense maybe breaking a little bit as getting some big plays, but their offense showing no signs of slowing down. Evans throws a screen pass, completed over at the line of scrimmage right side from the 20-yard line down to about the 28-yard line. My estimate is a gain of 8 on the play, completed to Peter Gettler. See where they mark the ball at the 27-yard line. Give them 7 on the play. Nope. Make it at the 8 regardless. It's at being between the 7 and the 8. Pitch out right side, and maybe a loss for Jaden Cox. $66 yards for Gettler on 4 catches. Ball down to the 26-yard line. Loss of 2 for Cox. 3rd down and 4. Loss of 1. 216 on his total. Handoff right side and stuffed up for a no gain. Looked like Cox the ball carrier there. Not positive on that. May have been Castano. I think that was Castano on the carry. Got maybe a yard. 4th down and 2.5, 3 yards, somewhere in between there. Yeah, about 4th down and 2.5 yards to go. Ball marked in between the 27 and the 28. Jackson set to punt. 1 stop down for Evanston. 15 seconds left in the third. Not sure if they will snap or not. Down to 10 seconds left. They fake it, and the ball's down on the ground, and Evanston's Bryson Davis picks it up. I think it may have been a fake punt attempt with a guy in motion, but the ball came down, or maybe it was just a guy getting in the way or a bad long snap. Looked like it was Gettler that had the ball hit his body. And Evanston takes over with 7.4 seconds left at the 25-yard line. That is best case scenario for Evanston at this point, needing quick scores to get back within 1. I formation, final play of the third quarter. Handoff right side. Big space for Riley Griggs at the 15, down to the 11. Carry number 2 of the day for Riley, and down for a 14-yard gain, his second gain of 14 on the day. That takes us down to the end of the quarter. 0.4 left on the clock, but the clock will start once the chains are moved. And we head to the fourth quarter. 35-21 Jackson over Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
You're invited to browse through the store at Kazine's Ace Hardware in Evanston. You'll find vacuums and cleaning supplies, everything you need for your next painting project. A full line of electrical products, bolts, screws, hand tools, power tools, bathroom fixtures, and plumbing supplies. Plus everything else you need to take care of your lawn and garden, from lawnmowers to fertilizer. Once you finish all your projects, you can sit down on the comfortable patio furniture and barbecue on your new Weber or Traeger grill that you could also find at Kazine's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Kazine's Ace Hardware on Front Street in Evanston.
Fourth quarter, Jackson on top here at William T. McIntosh Stadium in Jackson, Wyoming, 35-21. Evanston threatening. Ball at the 11-yard line. They got it at the 25-yard line after a messed up punt. Whatever exactly happened for Jackson, they never got it to their punter. Handoff Baxter. Goes to Escalante. No, he keeps it. Roll out right side. Throwing back of the end zone. Smith into the back line, feet in bounds, touchdown Evanston, and they're within one score. An 11-yard touchdown to Cody Smith in the back line of the end zone. His second touchdown catch of the day, 1 of 30, now 1 of 11 yards. A 7-second drive in the fourth quarter. All things considered, what they get it with 7 seconds left in the third quarter, 14 seconds to get 6 points, maybe 7 on the board. Extra point is up and in, 35-28 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. We'll take a break right now, come back in 30 seconds, an 11-yard TD pass to Cody Smith, his 5th of the season. This is the First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Uintah County School District Number 1 has been committed to excellence since its beginning in 1870. This commitment is not only reflected in student education, but in our school buildings and facilities over the years. The staff at Uintah County School District Number 1 works hard to provide clean, comfortable, and safe learning environments for student learning. No matter what department you're working with, at Uintah County School District Number 1, you will always find us striving for the pathway to excellence.
Welcome back to Jackson. It's 35-28. Evanston getting an 11-yard touchdown pass to Cody Smith from David Baxter. His third of the day, is that right? 1, 2, maybe just second. No, I don't know. Trying to keep up. Have to go back, look at the stats. It's just been too much, too fast, too furious today to keep too much in store. But that's definitely Cody Smith's 5th touchdown pass of the year. Our 5th touchdown reception of the year, 2nd of the day. Oh, yeah, we had the pick 6. That's what I was thinking of for that other one by Angel Rodriguez. Kickoff down deep at about the 5-yard line. Returned out close to the 20-yard line for Jackson. That was Peter Gettler on the return. So I've been keeping notes for all these scores, and it's been crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So Evanston got a 30-yard touchdown pass to Smith. Let's see. They got down to, boy, howdy. Pick 6 gave them 14 points. And then they got the 5-yard. Yeah, it was third pass, touchdown pass. Pablo Escalante got a 5-yard touchdown pass. And then Cody Smith with that third one. Screen left and completed to Gettler. He stumbles a little bit and gets out to the 25, maybe 26-yard line on the reception. For Gettler, that's reception number 5 of the day. Going to give him 6 yards. It looks like they're marking it as a 5-yard gain. So he's 5 receptions for 71 yards for Peter. At the 25, the handoff goes left side to Cox. He sweeps it around at the sideline to the 30-yard line, past that to about the 33 where he's pushed out of bounds by Pablo Escalante. Unofficially marking that as about a 7-8-yard gain. Jaden Cox gets out to the 34-yard line. Get made on the carry. 2:24 the tally for Cox in yardage on the ground. Shotgun handoff to Cox at the 35, out to the 40. He's still on his feet somewhere, maybe to the 41. He's brought down by Cody Smith. And Riley Griggs, Bryson Davis in on the tackle as well. Gain of 5 yards, maybe 6. Give him 7 yards on the play. 231 total. Shotgun snap for Evans. Fakes the handoff. Read option. Keeps it himself. Busts through at the 45-yard line. Out to midfield at the 50. 9-yard gain for Pearson Evans. Pearson, you have to watch out for his running ability. He's got 158 yards and 2 touchdowns coming into the game. 10:39 left. The clock stopped at the 50-yard line. Just 14 yards today for Evans. Castano, the left wing back, and Jaden Cox taking the handoff straight away at the shotgun. Gets 1 yard on the carry. Evanston not out of time yet, but they need another stop here. 2nd down and about 9 yards to go. 10-12 and ticking away. No huddle offense continues for Evans. Has a few men split out wide right. Now they come back into motion and set up as a wing back and hand off left side to Jaden Cox. Gets a couple of yards. A 47-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the play. .234 yards for Cox, 9:40 left, and 3rd down and 7 to go. Jackson now taking a little bit of time, is something they have not done all day long, but trying to use the clock as their friend. 8 in the box. Evans goes back to throw. Deep shot, overthrows his man by about a half a yard. Intended receiver Jaden Cox would have been a reception at about the 15-yard line, and he may have gone the rest of the way. 4th down and 7. What's Jackson do here? They're just beyond midfield, and it appears they're setting up to punt. Pearson Evans is the quarterback and also the punter. Coming into the day, he's officially listed at Wild Preps as only 2 punts on the year, and they showed punt initially, now setting up in a shotgun set. May still boot it away, but maybe don't want to return, and now they go back into the punt. If I'm Evanston, maybe you just hold it back, but they can't risk getting awful field position maybe. And the end of the day, Evans does punt it, and a fair catch called by Angel Rodriguez at the 20-yard line. Evanston needs to go 80 yards. They have 9:14 to do it. 3 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions by David Baxter. The backup quarterback coming in late in the first half against Cody a couple weeks ago after Seth Lloyd tore his rotator cuff and labrum on a broken run play, a broken pass play where he tried to run, got a couple of yards. So Evanston making do, and their junior quarterback trying to lead him back. Handoff to Corney at the 20-yard line. Gets close to the 25, maybe a hair short. Run stuff right up the middle. That's carry number 16 of the day for Tyus. They mark the ball at the 25-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Evanston taking their time in the huddle. Tyus Cornea came in today with 15 touchdowns. It's been all passing and pick sixes today. Fullback handoff. For the first time, it works for a 1st down, and they've been trying to open up some space for Pablo Escalante. It's not worked so far, but this time they fake the pitch and then hand it off to Pablo, and he gets about 5 yards for that 1st down. Now up to 11 yards on 5 carries. Has the 1 catch for a 5-yard touchdown, and they had a fancy little play. We haven't really seen that run too much so far this season. Evanston has been trying some different things today. There's been 2 carries by Riley Griggs, 1 wide receiver reversed by Cody Smith to try and open up this offense and spread it around. And they've also thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Baxter set to throw out of the gun. Pressure comes in, and Angel Rodriguez cannot bring in the screen pass. Slapped it down with his left hand. 8:12 left. The clock stops. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Ball needs to get to the 40-yard line for a 1st down. Evanston in the huddle. breaking it and coming to the line at the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 10, 2 receiver, 1 to either side. 2-back set out of the gun. Handoff, sweep left side, and 5-yard loss. Caught up in the backfield. The handoff to Tyus Cornea went absolutely nowhere. I have on the tackle Ben Focus, the junior, if that's how you say it. PH making a focus. Ben Focus. Back to the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 14. 55 yards for Cornea on 15 carries. 4 receiver, 2 either side. Pistol set. Baxter rolling out to his right. Has Perriman deep, now pressured, just trying to get the ball out, overthrows his intended man. Cody Smith rushing down, trying to make a desperation catch, but it goes to the sideline. On touch, 4th down and 14. Time left on the clock, 7:27 in the 4th quarter. Evanston will have to punt. Jaden Cox standing at the 40-yard line across the 50, waiting to field this kick from Tyus. He's had a few good field flip punts so far today, in need of another, averaging just under 35 a kick. Takes the Aussie Sile and boots it deep again, back to the 30-yard line where it hits, and then it starts to roll. We'll have punt inside the 20, number 3 of the season, and number 1 inside the 10. Fielded and touchdown at the 9-yard line by Cody Smith. A big field flip of, oh boy, 50 plus on that. 24 across the 50 and then down to the 9-yard line, add 41. So a 66-yard, 65-yard punt. Touchdown at the 10, they say. And the right hash mark. 7:16 left. Excellent kick by Cornea. Shotgun setup. Man in motion is Gettler. Handoff to Cox up the middle. Nowhere to go. Rigdon Wagstaff wraps up, goes down to one knee and makes the tackle along with Riley Griggs. Gain out to the 11-yard line about. Gain of about a half yard on the carry. Second down and 9.5 to go. Shotgun set again. Cox to the right of Pearson. Calls Gettler into motion, and they basically run the same play. This one a little more successful with a run to the right of center. For Cox out to the 15-yard line. Picks up 4. Third down and 5 to go. 6:23 left as Jackson comes back to the line of scrimmage. Sweep left side and a direct snap to Cox. He's stopped shy of first down yardage. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. But it's third down and short and inside their own 20. I can't imagine Jackson would risk anything. They get it out to the 18-yard line. 4th down and 2 to go. And looks like they are going for it. Evans under center, maybe just a hard count here to try and catch him offsides. Worked in the first quarter. Had Jesus Quintero jump on a 4th and 3 hard count. And Jackson just running the clock. Calling a timeout. We'll take one as well. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. 5.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 35 points for Jackson, 28 for Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
35-28 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jackson and Evanston still in timeout. Jackson thought maybe they would try the hard count, but they, in fact, just ran the play clock down as far as they could. 5:30 left. And maybe going for it after all. Pearson Evans is the quarterback and punter, so it's hard to tell until you see how far he moves back. And he's setting up at about the 5-yard line, so a punt for Jackson. Angel Rodriguez, the only man back to return, just ahead of the 50-yard line. Evans gets a hold of it, but not a great attempt. Fair catch at the 41-yard line. Nowhere near that 65-yard punt by Tyus Cornea. That one of about 28, 29 maybe. Evanston takes over this side of the 50, and they need 41 yards to tie this game. 5:25 left to do it. This may be their last drive. Cody has already fallen to Star Valley. A Jackson win would guarantee Star Valley #1 and likely put Jackson #2. Handoff to the right side on a sweep around. It's Cody Smith caught up at the line of scrimmage, and the play whistle dead. And that was not 23, that was 13. Angel Rodriguez with a 1-yard gain. They move it to the 39, so they give him 2 yards on the carry. Second down and 8, no, holding call at the line of scrimmage. Never mind, you take the 2-yard gain. You certainly don't want the 12-yard flip back. 50, and then to the 49-yard line, so take that run away. First down and 20 for Evanston, 5:14, the clock's moving. Two-back set, out of the shotgun. One receiver either side. Handoff right side to Rodriguez. 45-yard line, spins around to tackle, but another flag in the backfield. Jesus Quintero was down on the ground. I think it's probably, though, another penalty on Evanston. Brendan Thompson put his arms into the air, and it's on him. He is back in the game. That's the good news. The bad news, he just got called for a holding penalty. First down and 30. Upcoming. Red Devils will be backed up to their own 41-yard line. They started this drive 2 plays ago on the Jackson 41. First down and 30. They need to get across the 50 and down to the 31-yard line for a first. Rigdon, Wagstaff, and Escalante in. Rodriguez is out of the huddle, as is Cody Smith. Do you dare run here? Try to get some of that yardage back. Maybe think Jackson's going to try to secede, maybe give up. They are playing deep in the safety position, now creeping up a little bit. Handoff to Riley Griggs, 45-yard line. He's a tough runner. Got a converted fullback from a year ago down to a tight end. Gets down to the 47-yard line. 6-yard carry by Griggs. Up until last year, Riley, well, he's a second-year starter at inside linebacker, but he was a fullback. Maybe in line to get some carries, and they saw a need as him as a blocking tight end. He had just done blocking on the offensive side up until today, where he's caught a pass, run 3 times. They give him out to the 48, so 7 yards for Riley. Throwback and pass to Escalante, caught at the 35. A yard shy of the first down. It's 3rd down and 1 to go. 29 yards gained after back-to-back holding penalties on 2 plays. Third down and 1 for Evanston. 29 yards on 2 plays, a 7-yard gain on a run by Griggs, and then a 21-yard catch. Make it 22-yard catch for Pablo Escalante. I formation, handoff to Cornea. He gets the yard he needs and about 5 more. Down to the 25-yard line. 7-yard carry for Tyus. 62 yards for Cornea on 18 carries. 1st and 10 improbably for the Red Devils and down to the 25-yard line. Clock ticking at 3:09. Under center, it's Baxter. Cornea takes the handoff at the 25. Wrapped up from behind, a gain of maybe 1. Wait for the marker. Forward progress may have given him more than that, but it didn't look like it. 1 yard gain, 2nd down and 9 for Cornea and the Red Devils. Ball marked at the 24-yard line. I formation again, 1 receiver either side. Cornea, faked handoff, roll back, wide open. Cornea in the end zone, passes a hair beyond him. He stretched out in the end zone and just beyond his reach. 3rd down and 9. A gutsy play for the Devils. Down to their final hopes with 2:24 left. This is 4-down territory. You thought maybe they'd take a run, try to get it field flipped, or the markers flipped and cut in half. Instead, they go for it all to tie it. 4 receivers set on 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 24-yard line. Baxter taking the snap, rolls out right side, overthrows Chris Perriman by about 8 feet. And by that I mean in the air. That was way over his head. Perriman had a little room to run had he been able to catch it. That ball just sailed way over. Must have slipped out of Baxter's hands. The Jackson home crowd, knowing this could be the game, up on their feet and stomping on the metal bleachers. 2:21 left. Need to get the ball down to the 15-yard line. And a timeout taken by Evanston to discuss this. The game when we come back on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Evanston needs 9 yards. They need to get down to the 15 to extend this drive. It's 4th down at the 24. 2:21 left. Evanston has 2 timeouts remaining. 1 first down would pretty much do it for Jackson if they get the ball back here on a turnover on downs. Jackson home crowd back onto their feet, stomping. Shotgun form. 2 receivers either side. Handoff fake. Baxter back to throw. He's hit. And he's down. The ball pops out, but regardless, it's a turnover down at the 27-yard line. 2:14 left on the clock where Jackson will take over. On the sack, it was Dawson again. Coulter Dawson on the tackle. Baxter from behind. 2:14 left. And a first down will win it here. Handoff, right side out to the, just shy of the 30-yard line. Gain of about 3. That went to Castano. Timeout taken by Evanston. 2nd down and 7. When we come back.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Sievers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Sievers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
$35-28. Jackson leading on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 2:09 left and Jackson in possession. Evanston down to its final timeout following this play. Castano got 3 yards on the first carry from scrimmage, down to the 29-yard line to make it 2nd down and 7. A first down wins it either way. Evanston had their best chance and just lost it on a turnover on downs. Handoff to Cox up the middle, and that's the game. 40, 45-yard line, and maybe to the 46. A 15-plus yard gain for Jaden Cox, and Jackson will hold on tonight if they can avoid fumbling the ball over these next couple of plays. 17-yard gain for Jaden puts him at 260 yards on 34 carries. Evanston not taking a timeout, keeping it under center and the clock moving. 1st down and 10. Not sure a timeout could do anything at this point. 1st down handoff. Small gain, flag thrown in the backfield. That will stop the clock. Handoff was to Castano. Came in from the Evanston defensive side. Doesn't mean it's a penalty on Evanston, but was a no gain. And I think it's signaled against Jackson. That stops the clock without the need of a timeout. And Evanston will decline because they need downs more than they need yardage. So 2nd down and 10. Holding call on Jackson, and the penalty is declined. 2nd down and 10. Ball marked at the 47, 1:35 left. And the clock starts to move. One receiver out to the far side. I think that's Madden Hart. Couple of backs. Jaden, the right wing back. Castano, the deep man. Everyone except for one in the box for the Devils. Goes to Castano, and he gets a gain of about 7 yards. Pushes him over the 60-yard mark and to 63 on the day. 3rd down and 10. Evanston takes their final timeout. If they can get a stop here, they could get the ball back with about 20 seconds left with no timeouts, and who knows how far to go. It's a hope. They need to get that stop first. We'll be back in 30. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football on KNYN 99.1 FM.
1 in 5 Americans suffer from allergies found in indoor air, which can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. 307 service experts can clean the ductwork in your home and improve your indoor air quality. On average, over 15,000 house fires annually cause 300 injuries and 30 deaths, started because of clogged dryer vents. 307 service experts can clean your ductwork, making it safer. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. 307 service experts, just one call to fix it all. 307-789-6716.
35-28, Jackson on top and with possession on a big 3rd down and 4 to go. A 1st down here, and they can take a knee and close this one out. Stop short, then they can run the clock down to a little over 20 seconds left and kick it down for a final Evanston opportunity. Pearson Evans goes with the quarterback keeper, enough for the 1st down, and Jackson gets that was a direct snap to Jaden Cox. Instead, not Evans. Down to the 36-yard line, picks up 5, and that is the game. Jackson will improve to 6-1 on the season, 3-1 in the conference season, and take on Powell next week. They're in the driver's seat for a home game now with Star Valley defeating Cody. puts Cody at 2 losses. Jackson holds the tiebreaker over now Evanston and Cody, the other 2 playoff teams, most likely. Still looking to see if we can get a final. Green River and Powell fighting for a chance to stay alive. Evans takes a knee down, and I don't think he needs to take another one. We'll see. Stopped it down at about 36 seconds. Depends if the clock is a 40 or a 35-second clock. Green River leading Powell 14-0 in the 3rd quarter. And that's it. Clock's out. 35-28 the final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jackson has defeated Evanston on their home field, and they move into the driver's seat for that home game in 2 weeks. Evanston now looking at a possible and quite likely number 4 seed, except unless something very strange happens in the last week. This has been a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll come back with post-game coverage next to close this one out. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
We're here to help strengthen our community. Yes, that's right. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we take pride in belonging to our community. We encourage people of every race, gender, and belief to come together and give their all towards the betterment of our community. It's about people helping people. When you join our credit union, you also join a movement. At Trona Valley, we are thankful for our members, member NCUA, trust NCUA, a credit union system that is safe, sound, and secure.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
No matter what season of the year it is, when you live in our neck of the woods, you need outdoor power equipment. With quality product lines like Stihl, Toro, and Walker, Superior Rental and Sales has what you need for every season. Everything from homeowner to professional grade products. Plus, when it comes to maintenance, you're covered. Our full-time mechanic is available for tune-ups, maintenance, chain sharpening, whatever you need. Stop in today, Superior Rental and Sales, 371 Prospector Drive, here in Evanston.
Welcome back. Just a couple of seconds of dead air there as I'm actually was up on the top helping Peyton Cornea, my cameraman for today, get some of that stuff down. Thanks for him. He ran actually the camera up in, where were we for that last time? Cody. That was our last road game. He was running both of those games, so thank you to him. That's the last road game of the year for Evanston. We're back for senior night. Well, we're going to have a road game for the playoffs, too. Last regular season road game. Let's take you through your Red Devil recap right now. Friday, October 12th, Evanston falls on the road in Week 7 of the season to Jackson, 35-28. It all started off with a turnover, an interception on the second play, I think, from scrimmage. The third play from scrimmage for Evanston. David Baxter threw it to Kirby Castano. He got down to the 30-yard line where Jaden Cox took a direct snap. 30 yards to pay dirt with 10:33 left. Jackson took a 6-0 lead after the missed extra point. Evanston actually took the lead with 7:09 left in the first quarter. A 30-yard touchdown reception to Cody Smith turned things around. Jaden Cox got another 9-yard touchdown, again on a direct snap in the second quarter, and a 2-point conversion. Cox passed it to Derek Griebel to make the score 14-7. Chris Perriman got an interception back after David Baxter threw his second pick of the game. That brought the ball down to the 45-yard line, and then David Baxter was intercepted at the 45. And it was actually a fumble, interception, then another interception. And that led to a 45-yard touchdown from Pearson Evans to Madden Hart with 5:27 left to make the score 21-7 Jackson. An interception by Peter Gettler was then beget by an interception by Angel Rodriguez that he took 17 yards for a pick six to make it a one-score game, 21-14. In all, 6 turnovers in the first half, 4 for Evanston, 2 for Jackson. With 9 seconds left, a 30-yard touchdown from Pearson Evans to Peter Gettler on 4th down and 18 made the halftime score 28-14. Jackson took the ball in the second half and went 3 and out, so Evanston did their job, but then couldn't capitalize themselves. And Jackson struck first late in the third quarter with 4:45 left on a Kirby Castano 1-yard TD run to make it 35-14. Evanston down 3 scores. They went to work and got one back with 1:57 left in the third quarter on a 5-yard touchdown pass to Pablo Escalante, his first reception touchdown of the year. That made it a 14-point game, and Evanston got the ball on a missed punt attempt where the ball never actually got to the punter, Pearson Evans, and it was landed at the 25-yard line in Jackson territory with 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Riley Griggs took a 12-yard carry or a 14-yard carry down into the red zone for Evanston to end the third, and then on the first play of the fourth quarter, Cody Smith caught his second touchdown pass of the day, this one of 11 yards, at the back line of the end zone to make it 35-28. Evanston had good field position late in the fourth quarter at the 41-yard line after a bad punt by Pearson Evans failed to flip field position after a 65-yard punt by Tyus Cornea put Jackson down to their own 10. Back-to-back holding penalties made it 1st down and 30, but Evanston nonetheless was able to gain 35 yards on 3 plays and was down to the 24-yard line on 1st and 10 on what seemed like a sure Red Devil score once again. Troubles ensued, and it was 4th down and 9 after an incompletion, a couple of incompletions, and a near touchdown that just went beyond the hands of Tyus Cornea. David Baxter was sacked on that 4th down and 9, and Jackson picked up the 2 necessary first downs to run out the clock and win the game. Jackson moves to 6-1 on the season. Evanston falls to 5-2, and Evanston will likely be on the road now and in fact, they will be on the road in the first round of the playoffs. That's your Red Devil recap, and we will close out the broadcast right after this break. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil football on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. When we come back, the Dr. McKay Frankham play of the game.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talk to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry. Just let T-Bar fix your car.
Closing things out here from William T. McIntosh Stadium on a Friday night, week 7 of the season, as Jackson has pretty much locked up that number 2 spot in the playoffs as Cody falls to Star Valley. Star Valley is your number 1 seed. Jackson, I believe, you're number 2, barring some strange happenings. Of course, they need to win next week, and I guess that's not a given. And actually, no, I think even if they lose, they will still be the number 2 seed because they hold the tiebreaker now over Evanston and Cody, and the best thing that Cody can do and Evanston can do is get to a tie in the conference record standing with Jackson, which they hold the tiebreaker over for both. So unless, I guess, Powell comes back to win against Green River and then beats Cody, would that even do it? Or beats Jackson next week? I don't think that'd do it either. I think Jackson is locked into the number 2 seed. I know Star Valley is. Anyways, like I said, when we came back, I'd give out the Dr. McKay Frankham play of the game, and it goes to Cody Smith for his 2 touchdown passes, first of 30 yards and second of 11 yards on the day. It almost doubles his output on the season, and he's been the number 1 receiver for the Red Devils for a couple of years and shows exactly why he's been that in a game like tonight where Evanston had to go to the air a little bit more than they have in previous games. With that, winner of the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, Cody Smith, has won 2 tickets to the Aspen Cinemas, courtesy of Dr. McKay Frankham, thanking him and all of our sponsors for their continued support of Evanston Red Devil Athletics. That does it for us for this week. No games until next Friday and Saturday when we will be in Evanston for Senior Night as Evanston takes on the Star Valley Braves on the gridiron at K. Fackrell Stadium. And then Saturday we'll be back here in Jackson for a 1 o'clock scheduled tip time as Evanston Lady Red Devil Volleyball concludes its regular season in conference play. This has been a First Bank presentation of Red Devil Football. I'm Jake Hibbard. Until then, thanks for listening, and we'll be back.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Red Devil Football. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. Check out mylocalradio.com for more live and archived games from Evanston and the surrounding area. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in.